welcome you to the meeting of the Standing Committee on Petitions and Public Participation. I will quickly introduce the members of the Standing Committee on Petitions and Public Participation, and after that I will then allow the Executive Mayor to introduce her delegation, and then thereafter allow the petitioners also to introduce themselves. I would quickly start by introducing the members of the Standing Committee on Public Participation and Petition. I will start with myself. I'm the chair of the Standing Committee on Public Participation and Petitions. I'm Maurice Mataboge. Honorable Mukawa is the member of the Standing Committee, and Honorable Pokani is a member of the Standing Committee also, and Honorable Kosi Chivase is also the member of the Standing Committee. Then I must also just emphasize, Executive Mayor, that our meetings are actually open to the public. It's unfortunate that the space is not that enough, but what we normally do, we do that through social media platforms. And that is actually in line with Section 9 of the Petitions Act, together with our standing rules that governs us. So our meetings are actually open to the public. I thought it's important for you to know that, including the petitioners, that our meeting is actually open to the public. But I would also suggest that in this meeting you can speak with any language that you are comfortable with, so that you could simply express yourselves in a manner in which that you are comfortable with. I must also emphasize that normally after receiving the petitions, we write to the respondent. And in this case, our respondent is the Sekhukhune District Municipality. And our petitioners, they wrote to us. After writing to us, we wrote to you also to respond to the issues raised by the petitioner. And I must confirm that indeed we have actually received the communique from the municipality responding to the issues raised by the petitioners. But what we are going to do, as and when we proceed, after you have introduced yourselves, we will allow the petitioners to quickly brief us about their petitions. And we are doing that precisely because, like I've said, we're actually live. So that even if the people that you represent or where you come from, they could see, or indeed you are here and representing them. And also wanted to hear, because like I've said, this meeting is actually open to the public, to listen to the proceedings of the meeting. Even if we have your petitions, then we then have to request you to do that. But one other thing that I must also emphasize is that you are expected, in line with Section 10 of the very same Petitions Act, except the mayor here, but everybody else will then have to take an oath. So Section 10 of the very same act of the Limpopo Petitions Act says anybody that appear before the standing or give evidence before the Standing Committee supposed to take an oath or solemn affirmation. So you therefore be expected to take an oath. What it means is that whatever that you say here, let's say, or you are actually speaking under oath, and you can also be taken on task on whatever that you have said, because you have said that under oath. So I thought I must just explain that, or no kwishish, or whatever se le se bolela mo le tla be le se bolela under oath, and you would then be expected to let's say oath like I've said. So I would therefore allow Executive Mayor on Councillor Maina Bahula just to introduce your team. Executive Mayor, over to you.
Chairperson, I'm Maina Bahula, the Executive Mayor of Sekhukhune District Municipality. Attending this meeting with my municipal manager, Ntate Khwale Mahlagaung. Ke na gape le Director Corporate Services Mhlomphe Matumane Danger. Manager Environment Ntate Bushiro. The last one Ntate Patrick Matale, Acting Chief of Staff in the Office of Executive Mayor. Ke a leboha.
Executive Mayor, ke tlo kgopela di petitioners le bona ba itsebiše. Baba lefe mic le šomiše mic gore le kgone go boala.
Oh, morning everybody seated here. My name is Joseph Muhlala, the petitioner from Fetakgomo Tuvatse. Thank you.
David Mukhachana, a petitioner from Tafelkop, Elias Motsoaledi.
Dinela ka ke nna Eric Nkadimeng ba kwena ba Matsepe Tafelkop.
Kemahlangu Lazarus from Tafelkop, Mogolego Molo, ke headman ya gona, Tobe.
Joseph Mhlala, Bakwena Bamatsepe Traditional Council Tafelkop.
Kitsepo Tlaka, Bakwena Bamatsepe Traditional Council.
No, re a leboga. Therefore, I will request to accept the executive mayor, because I carry no oath ha thoma moshomo wa hae wa executive mayor. Ke tlo kgopela everybody else re eme ka maoto le ntšhale ka morago re tla be re tšea oath or solemn affirmation. So le tlo thoma ka go bolela mabitso a lena ka botlalo akere, your full names and surname akere, then la ntšhala ka morago. I, your names and surname, swear that I will be truthful and honest to the Committee of the Limpopo Provincial Legislature when giving evidence without any fear, favor, or prejudice, in accordance with Limpopo Petitions Act, the Constitution, and other law. So help me God. Ke a leboha. now that we have taken an oath, I will therefore, I think I've made an omission not introduce the support staff, but it's not actually a train smash. These others that you see, executive mayor and petitioners, they are actually the support staff. They are helping us on the administrative processes. We can then proceed and retaliate Rotomega petitioner Mothala Joseph's le ref a brief summary. Let's get a lolo. You know, refer a summary of your petition, I guess. Allegation, yeah, incomplete sanitation project. Yeah, go what 14, I guess, towards. And then after that, as Nele refer, go fetela to Lazarus Mahlangu and others. Lebona barefe their petitions, their intervention to fix sewer spillage at the back of Tafelkop Mall, I guess. So, Renale, we have those petitions, but we would want you just to give us a brief summary of your petition. Then thereafter we'll give the respondent, and the respondent in this case is the district municipality. We will then have to respond to the issues raised by the petitioners. Then thereafter we would allow the members of the committee to engage on the presentation. Thank you very much. We can then start with Mr. Mothala Joseph. Le ka mo ba mic then
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, for giving me this opportunity. First and foremost, I would like to state that from the meeting that was adjourned on the 7th this month, the executive mayor did arrange a meeting with me as a complainant. I don't recall the date, but it was on the 22nd or 21st, somewhere there. And then we did meet and discussed the concern that I had based on the non-payment from the aforesaid municipality. And then eventually we did settle, and then they paid me that amount of 28,000 rand.
No, thank you very much, and we really appreciate the cooperations and the manner in which you have actually dealt. But I think we'll then give the respondent later. Let's proceed to the next, because I wanted to executive mayor all the petitioners so that Reskeralo Charala could do in this meeting. That Lazarus Mahlangu and others here.
Tobela ke ena Mahlangu Lazarus. A ke thome ka go bontšha ke gopela tshwarela ka ke tlo itlhalosa ya sua ise ya selengwa le today be le re biditse mo le re tletse taba ya sekolo le taba ya tsela, but mme malatsi re tlhaloseditse ka montle ke gona re kwa re tletse taba ya sua. Ne ke ska swara anything for that, but ke tla tlhalosa ka yona. Re bile le problem mo la after go bula mall mo Tafelkop mall. Ra leka go bontšhana le ba mall, ra involve le our municipality gore ba re thushe. Molola o na le metsi a sua go na le ka mo a kena go ge pula di na tswa a ya ko tseleng, and a good for bana ba rena ba fetša ba bapala ka mogare ga bona. So a e sale re bolela problem e go tloga nako e re bontšhana, mara go direge selo ne le ba Tafelkop mall le masepala o re rietse di recommendations re bile le bona ba Sekhukhune. the health practitioners are going to realize the recommendations or ba molo ba santjwe di reang, but none of those are wa di rega selo mo go tsona go fihlela le hono. Ge pula ena ka mo go bua re thomo ara go thoma di pula, because same thing it lo di rega ene e affecta bana le rena ka noshi re affecta, because re sepela mo tseleng o tla bona mo tseleng go bontsha botala and all that, go bontsha gore go na le something is on right, and as mail metsa gona fao a ke go mele mo ke a leboga.
Okay, no, re a leboga ke tshepa gore ba le kwele bo executive mayor le team ya hae, and we executive mayor we want to thank you for always honoring our invitation. I know that you had other engagement today, but you decided to come early so that you are able also to appear before the standing committee and attend to the issues raised. And we want to appreciate that on behalf of the standing committee. I think I should then give you an opportunity, because I think the first one, it was very clear that it has been resolved. But I think it's proper for us just also to, because normally we have to close the petition. And but we must just thank you in advance for the good work that we have done, and also we have also looked into on how you have actually responded on the issue of the sewer at the mall, at the back of the mall. So I think it's your opportunity together with your team to respond.
Chairperson, Mhlomphehi Ntate Mataboga and all portfolio committee members, support staff, delegation from Skukuni, Ntate Mohlala, le ba moshate wa ba kona ba Matsepe. Chairperson, na ke bontšhe gore re leboga kudu e le re biditše, re phela ka go ikokobetša e ka sepela mathomo le hono, re phela ge re kwa le re bitša re ba gona. Selete sa Sekhukhune ke se segolo, na le ditlhotlo tše dintši, tla phela re di lokiša e re filwe maikarabelo. Ya mathomo ya Ntate Mohlala, re leboga tirišano ya bileng le yona, cause re goditše gore probleme ke ya 2017 contractor mo kolota 28,000. Tate Mohlala ke ntate wa lapa, ka kwa gae ba mo tshepile, ba tseba ya mošomong, ba mo apela mefago. Ka mafelong rakonteraka wa rona o re ile bošaedi. Ke rata go leboga municipal manager wa Sekhukhune, a ile a kwešiša gore taba e re fihliše mafelong. Ke nnete, ke a dumela gore e fedile, re kgonne go mo lefa, ene ebile re a boipiletšo go bo rakonteraka ba rena gore ba filwe mošomo, ba hlomphe setšhaba, ba se ke ba bolaiša bana ba batho tlala. Ya bobedi e ya Sorete, re na le a detailed report, Chairperson, e leng gore e bolela ka the sewer spillage sa Tafelkopo. So allow me maybe with your permission ke gopele acting municipal manager le team ya gagwe just to respond ba fele progress report. Ke a leboga.
Thank you very much, Your Worship Executive Mayor, for affording me this. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes. Thank you, Executive Mayor, Your Worship, for giving me opportunity to respond to the second petition. First, let me acknowledge the President of the Commissioner and the members of the legislature under this portfolio committee of petition, my colleagues and the petitioners. Yes, indeed, we received this petition and we tried to respond. And in our response, we are, as the municipality of Sekhukhune, acknowledge that there is a sewer spillage at Tafelkop Mall overflowing into the street, as alleged. The municipality did inspection in loco after realizing that. It was found that the sewer system that caused the spillage is not the system of the municipality, but however, it was the system of the Tafelkop Mall. We went and issued the non-compliance notice to the management of the mall. Bearing in mind our statutory and concessional obligation, the municipality issued a compliance order to the management of Tafelkop Mall in terms of section 31L of the National Environmental Management Act 107 of 1998 under the signature of the Municipal Health Service Inspectorate. The copy is annexed here as SDM1 that it will be presented to you for further perusal. It was put to Tafelkop Mall management that the sewage system was discharging sewage to the environment, thereby exposing surrounding community to health risk. In particular, Tafelkop Mall management was instructed to implement the remedial action to correct the sewer system. In addition, we have imposed a fine of 250 after the mall did not respond to our non-compliance order, and the fine was also challenged by the management. I want to indicate that we were also subpoenaed by the Human Rights Co-Commission. The meeting took place on the 6th of August 2025. I also represented the municipality with my team. The conclusion of that meeting and inspection with the Human Rights Commission, taking into account the petitioner's request, we found that the mall is held responsible. But however, in that meeting, the mall was not fully represented. They sent junior officials. We concluded by saying the Human Rights Commission will write a letter to the management of the mall so that they are able to can comply with the order that was issued by the municipality. We also went down to the affected area together with the petitioners and the Human Rights Commission, and there were things that the municipality was supposed to do. We realized that even though we were there for the spillage, but there were some areas where people were without water. We resolve and commit to the Human Rights Commissioner by saying we are going to provide borehole to the nearby village. And I just want to indicate, Commissioner, that to date we have responded to that and we wrote letters to the Commissioner. However, what was left was beyond the municipalities. And then now the remedial action, at the time of this submission, the municipality understand that Tafelkop Mall has implemented the short-term remedial action. They have since expanded their capacity, the sewer system capacity, to prevent the overflow and sewer spillage, extracting sewage from the sewer plant as well. In the present instance, the municipality submit that the other observed concern is that the sewer system emits obnoxious smell, especially during the rainy days. This requires inter alia a regular maintenance by the Tafelkop Mall management. it remained to explore further viable option with Tafelkop Mall and management pursuant to this long-term solution. But I want to indicate, Commissioner, that for the short-term solution and attempts by the mall to resolve, we have observed, and the municipality through the environmental and health inspectorate, we are busy monitoring that. We thought maybe the current petitioner were privy to information of the previous meeting about the progress of the municipality and the Human Rights Commission. But we realized that there was a communication breakdown between the petitioners amongst themselves. But the Commissioner, I just want to conclude by saying, as the municipality, we are joining the petitioners in their complaint, to say their complaint is valid, but however, it was not within our jurisdiction. But we have tried to issue the non-compliance to the management and to make a follow-up. Those attempts we were trying to show the petitioner that we are with them. We even extended invite to the local municipality because there was a road that was not in good condition as a result of the water spillage. And Elias Motswaledi, in that meeting of the 6th of August 2025, made a commitment, which after this meeting I will make a follow-up of regraveling, making sure that that road is user-friendly. We were not alone. We even called the representative of Moshate, the municipal manager of Elias Motswaledi, and the local ward councillor. They were present in the endeavor to try to resolve the problem that is been under discussion. I want to pause and allow my team members to add. Thank you, Commissioner. Over to you.
I think the municipal manager has dealt with the matter in almost, comprehensive detail. So I express no further comment.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I could just second the MM. He said it mouthful. We could only clarify if maybe there's a further clarity seeking issue. Thank you.
No further comments.
And then concerning the first one, from the management, we also agree and second the presentation by the executive mayor that the CLO outstanding matter, it has been resolved. And we just want to apologize for the inconvenience that has been caused as a result of the delay on the side of the petitioner. I thank you.
No, thank you very much. We really appreciate the response that we actually getting from yourselves. Just even if we would want to, the municipality must insist that at least they get a commitment letter from the Tafelkop Mall, because you even confirming that they have actually started to make some progress in addressing the issues, even if because they're actually operating within your jurisdiction. You need also to get that confirmation letter that they are actually committed to address the issues that have been raised. But secondly is that it's actually the core function with regard to, well, for sure you will understand, environmental health services. It's your core function as a district municipality. You have to make sure that they really comply. I understand they might also have, but there should also be bylaws where you have to make sure that they can't run away from that. They had to pay the fines, but you could only succeed if you have bylaws in place in making sure that that is done successfully. I'm not sure, let me give honorable members if they have any other thing to say on the matters. Honorable Pogan.
No, thanks, Chair. Tlaki, ke go damage, Chair, other honorable members present here. Damage the executive mayor and her entourage, our petitioners. Let me appreciate the work that the municipality has done in order to address this issue, or both issues, as raised by the petitioners. So the only challenge, Chair, my fellow committee member, which are jurisdiction over the management of Molona, because seemingly the challenge now remains with them. So, but of course, I was going to ask the question, more Maspala or na, because Babanchije compliance order, or in terms of the law, Baba no gumela wana fana, if the mall, the management of the mall, Gabana Baira, ba responda go fella, kumuka Maspala o fele wana maosana any other thing that it can be able to do. That's the question I just wanted to raise. Of course, Leona no check out now. As the committee at the petitions are not jurisdiction over these people, so that we're able to convene them here. They come in account. Thanks, Chair.
No, in terms of the Petitions Act, the committee actually can call anyone that falls within the jurisdiction. So we have those powers, but I think where we are sitting, the municipality has actually made a progress, and the only thing is just for them to make commitment. I think as a municipal manager was reporting, he even said, no, they have actually registered some progress with regard to, but we then said, they must commit in terms of a letter to say we are going to deal with this 1, 2, 3. Despite the issue of the fine, that is something else, because that is actually a compliance matter. But the other question, like I've said, whether do you have bylaws, because even if for you to issue a fine, you need also to have a bylaw that supports you also to, because they must know whatever that they do, they must actually do things within the framework of the law. Unless if you could, well, you wanted to ask a question or make comments, Honorable Mugawa, then you can then respond to Honorable Mugawa. You can come in.
No, thank you very much, Chair, Honorable Mayor, and you are encouraged and kitamishe kamukalele na bagolo ka fawe. Re leboge matsapa mara ntwe ke nyakang go ikwishisha. I think Ntate Phokwane o tlhalositse, and you have also explained mara ke be ke nyoko understand pele gore na ge the community ishala itlisha taba e to the committee, ba palelane kae le masipala, because when you listen to the municipality, ba dirile progress, they've done a lot. So it's either miscommunication somewhere. So if we really miscommunication, I don't think there was a need for the community to bring the matter here. Understand? As the municipality inely busy iluana isotanang luana tabayeki or idir. So arze bagel letarboja, letarboja na lena le palane le tla kae ka bakala ra ke re shala ge batho ba shala ba etla to this committee lena le palelane le masipala le sabala kushishana mara at the end of the day as a party ya bona ke party le gore ga botse botse ke be re dutse mo le ba mall e sebe go the municipality le ba mall, and then maybe the municipality ya ba hona just delegation just to hear gore na ba mall ba reng, and from that bona as the municipality baka petchana byang le bona akere. It's just my comment ka mokgwa ke bolelang ka yone, because I kry-a re nyaka gore o hwetše le gore le tloga mo ka re le bona o ka ra le thuša, re na le lena re a le thuša as the municipality also e le ka mo siteng ya lena a kere. Mara nako nngwe e santse gore ge le šala le tla o hwetše le gore le tsamaile di-channel ka moka tša masepala, wa bona batho ba bangwe hwetša ba etla mo hwetše ba re no re kokote ka ga masepala ba gana gore bulela, wa bona a ba dire selo, but they've done a lot wa ka presentation ya bona ya go bontšha gore they even find the mall, wa bona, after isa responded to the letter e ba ngwaletšeng, because ba try go bontšha gore they are on your side I get. So I get it, mara a ke re batho re a boledišana re a thušana, we want to see gore na re ka tsena kae le rena be re ntše re seba mo re botšiša le rena bjalo ka legislature. I think I ke tsebe ka re wa dumelela for on our side as the legislature gore re bitše ba le ba mall, the management wa mall, re o committee gore o tle mo, and then o tle le lena ba kgone gore botša part of their story gore ga botsebotse rena go diragalang, because they cannot have a mall or the community I support, but at the end of the day they don't want to listen to the community I get, because gore ba ka kwa ka baka la lena I get. And ge lena le se happy, then it's a problem. You cannot continue doing business just to make money, but at the end of the day batho ba ba dula mo go ba lla o sena taba le bona, tšholela ditšhila tša bona mo ditseleng, it's a problem. I think le rena re bone the other time we were there behind the hall, go na le somewhere mo ebile ka re go omile, so ke yona ntho, because I think it is their responsibility, because gora gore a zanga ba feleletša ntho tša bona tša di-pipe ba nyaka mo dilo di ka tšholela gona, because ge ba aha molo ola I don't think they have the full plans, the engineers and all these things. Where were they? So that ba tsebe gore ge re dira molo pleke so dilo tše di so di santše di kopane ka etšo tšhologa, because di ka se tšhologele right in the community a kere. Ka re le batho ba bantshwa ke le rena re a ithata re ka seno re ka re ke molo dilo di gaufi, mara at the same time di tšhila tša tšhologela ka saeteng ya rena. We are going to try by all means gore re thušane le lena gore yeo ya ditšhila tša go tšhologela mo ditseleng. I think the legislature together with the municipality ge re le ba le responsible gore ba tle mo to the committee to come and explain, so re bone gore na which action are we going to take for batho ba mall, for the management wa mall. Ke a leboga.
Maybe just as and when you'll be responding, I think we are just happy about the progress that we have just reported. But suffice to say, you know, again, when they come and build, the building plans they approve again must pass. So they must comply with the specifications and the building regulations that are there. So it can't be an excuse for them to say, no, they have to comply. If they are saying this is how we are going to build what do they call it, by the way? Because there it's not there, you don't have a sewer plant. No, I would get like hope. Yeah, but they have to comply with the. I think it's your time to respond. It's
yeah,
for
thanks.
the purpose
Okay.
of.
Yeah, thanks very much,
as a
Commissioner.
dome,
Good, Commissioner. I must admit that there is a communication breakdown because, in fact, what the petition committee is doing, we did that with the Human Rights Commission. It's just that the petitioners, I don't see their face here. It seems as if from the same village, there are various petitioners who do not brief each other. Because there was even a progress, even the progress that was made during the meeting of the 6th August. We have resolved that the Human Rights Commission is going to write a letter to enforce to the management of the mall. Because we could not allow the representative of the mall to represent the mall because they were juniors in that meeting. We stood up to say the mall is not taking us serious. Hence, they sent junior official. we resolve in that meeting that the people who are taking decision, they must be subpoenaed by the Human Rights Commission. Even now, after this meeting, we'll make a follow-up to say, how far are you? Because all oversight committees of government, they supplement each other. That is my understanding. But however, it seems as if there was no privy of information to the petitioners. And to be honest, I can't remember a meeting with the petitioner at the level of municipality where we deadlock. Where we deadlock with them. I don't have a problem when they've escalated this matter. At the end, it's management by objectives. We want the solution. But however, we're supposed, because hence I indicate that we join the petitioners even from the word-go after our observation during the local inspection to say, indeed, the complaint by the petitioners is valid. And I want to explain how come. During the submission of the plan by the applicants of the mall, they will indicate that, because we have to sign the service level agreement, they will say, okay, municipality approve our mall, we'll do our own sewer, we'll do our own and this. We indicated that our observation, there is the population inflow outweigh the sewer system according to the plan. We'll approve the plan, but we realize that the inflow is more than the current existing sewer system. Hence, in their remedial action, they are increasing the capacity. Yes, we thought the Human Rights Commission will also help the municipality in their frustration to make sure that, yes, our role as the municipality through the Health and Environmental Inspectorate is to enforce and so on. We were still going to take them up, maybe to court to enforce them. But I'll check with my environmental practitioner to assure us to, even now they've paid, but before I come to this meeting, I checked, they said, no, they have increased their capacity and so on, which is something that the petitioners, together with the municipality, while you advise us we must get a letter, will also join them and go and observe as to whether the things that we have highlighted to the management are being addressed or not. And then, Chairperson, during that meeting, hence, together with the locals and others, there are even other achievements. If all petitioners present here, go na le moane ke a mo tseba ke mogwajana Thobela ke mmutsitse mogwajana le mo mosejeng ka be re di a hlahlile kwa gae a re ke nnete kgwale manyami ko re ka meeting o le nna be ke se gona ke le magweng ka be ke re awa mogwajana gana go se gona ba beng ba le gona a ba go botse gore re kopane re tla kae gobane yona ke nnete. I want to admit to say they are within us. And then not to say the office of Mogalaji is open. We are resolving some of the issues later 2017, our attitude towards them. Hence, you and I 2017, we never wanted to say we're not there. We said we are successor in title. Can we give a hearing to the complainant? Hence, we are reporting to you that that matter is resolved. There was no way in which we can be indifferent in resolving this matter. Low matter, how to committed to say, you've got a lot in your plate. This kind of a matter, like honorable member of Armara, we want to say, Kitababoko, Henkaverenari Palelani, Rajirang, Maramatsapaka Mkawakwang Allen Kamu, Hekia report, Marailo, we are here. The report and our presence here are disciplinary. It's because the petitioners themselves, and so forth. We even went to extend we have resolved and we have drilled. How many boreholes there? It's 2. Yeah. 2 boreholes. And we help them to call the local or And in that meeting, the locals commit to say the greater kamuka di tlo tla di tlo dira tselele e tlo e sepela, while re sa emetse the respond by the mall, because after tselele e le gabotse, as long as the mall does not fix their problem, it will continue. Now, the municipality and the petitioner, re check out the National Health, the Human Rights Commission of Batakai in assisting us to ensure the mall ya comply. The second one go check or after Robolechi and a mall wa respond. Maybe relevant outcome yaore. Yes, we have resolved. However, jewe ajaji rega because rebar civil jwa saroba. Reach rebar vicha mole nakatumur ah. Ye ke fika ke gopola ke be ke attendile nngwe ya Human Rights Commission. Follow the petitioners ba re vicha mora. No, let us go. Whatever, and that is why even the office of the MM and the EM, because we do not want to show arrogance, we don't want. But however, but now in conclusion, we still commit to help the petitioners. Logo indicator, our doors are open. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, Commissioner, say, I think I can also indicate hore motabenya hore rebafile compliance notice it went to them. Kamalawa this NEMA, National Environmental Management Act, kia hore rena is a district. The notice has been issued by a grade 1 EMI, Environmental Management Inspectorate. Ke mokare mulle remofile slankana a anal khagona go sona. So iba fa leverage ya go raise their consent to the higher office, which in this instance is the office of the MEC, because the Koko LEDET, the local economic development environment, the grading of EMIs, it happens. So when the notice is issued, so at this moment, they took that road, they took advantage of understanding legalities, and they took that road because they are entrepreneurs. So in this instance, we are then at the leverage beyond this to say we are the ones that have to communicate with the leader to say, but the client since a raiser this at our level, but address the short-term measures that we requested to reduce the inflow and to increase the bureau capacity. But this is a fine is something else, but it does not then stop or protect the health of our people. So it's at the level more. Thank you.
Before Bayako said, I just wanted to check with the municipality, because if a fellow like the mall doesn't comply, don't you have the right to close that mall? Because you need to close that mall for them to comply.
Yeah, maybe a process here in terms of the NEMA Act. I agree a notice. You issue a notice, you issue a fine, the department, up until we imprisonment by the accounting officer, CO by the CO. But it does not give us the power to close up until you explore that route. It's just that that route is longer. Mara, ultimately, it will empower us. But you cannot just wake up as the municipality to say you don't comply, and if you don't comply within, say, 7 days, we close. The NEMA Act processing, as the local municipality, reissue the notice, the fine, and so on. But the ultimate, I'm not sure my colleague has done it. Since we issued the notice and so on, Rekasi involve validate or by enforce up until they arrest or they close. We are humbled by the latest developments. Now, while we are humbled by the latest developments, I'm taking advice, let it be in writing. Because I have in writing, I just check or no. Since what is going on there? But no. They've upgraded the sewer, they've done this and this and this. Maybe in Twerka, go recheck or only a spillage. And let the complainant join. But the witness or indeed, our experience those spillage even in our absence. Because Narkata kana color spillage. Marabat affected the petitioners. And if the petitioners no, since the expansion and what are experience and okay, now they've responded to our notices. But finally, re tlo check out by Human Rights Commission ba re botse gore no le bona they were angry. They were angry by lenyatso le living re le bona on the side of the management. I came, the municipality came, everybody came. There was a member of parliament, that is then Ramaila, from the portfolio national, but the people who were not present in that meeting and invited by Human Rights Commission, so we were so excited in the presence of the Human Rights Commission. The person who was in charge, he said, "Oh, the matter up. Otlo Basapi. We hope maybe hence but will more expand. But Relo Raya Jirera will make a follow-up, and then finally, Relo check out no expansion and so on, recheck the petitioners were happy. If he was happy, we'll take advice here or finally the mall must be closed through the proper channel. Thank you very much.
Executive Mayor.
La mafelo a ke no tshepisha gore after the discussion je re tla kgopela commitment letter le gore re tla prioritize ntho ya molo wa Tafolkopo ra lefa progress report do go hlokwa gore le kry progress report mo go re quarterly ata ke kgopele di petitioner ba rena gore re ska chabana re be slow stay ka baka la gore ke tša gore chairperson le na le experience ya dilo tše tša mmolo gore phasha mo go ba go mmolo go ba le business interest e ntši go ba le ditaba tše ntši gone bjale re tšwa ka mo o tlo ba le ba batle gore ba di-petition a se bona batho ba maleba ba ka complainang dilo di lokile so re tšea gore re tla hloma something of a committee e leng gore mo tla e leader go follow up all the queries then ra reportela portfolio committee if re kry closure ya gona ra kry closure ra leboga.
No, thank you very much, Executive Mayor. I think where we are sitting, we actually appreciate the work that we have done. I think just one thing that we are all agreeing to say, let's have the commitment letter from the Tafolkopo Mall, just to say, no, indeed we are going to increase the storage septic tank capacity. And I was actually comforted by the fact that there is a progress that that has been reported by now. If we could then have commitment letter, we know that we could always hold them accountable on the letter of commitment that they gave us. If they don't comply or they don't actually commit to what they have said, they're not in line with Section 10 of the Petitions Act. We've got the power to subpoena them to come and appear before the standing committee before we could even close the matter. So, but we thought because we have actually registered progress, if we could get that letter of commitment, that's going to actually assist us in resolving some of this matter, because it will show that there's actually a willingness on their side to make sure that the matter gets resolved. But I think on the second issue, we are going to close the matter because we have already received a letter from the petitioner confirming also to say, indeed, Ntate Mohlala Joseph, or no, I'm satisfied, the municipality facilitated my payment, I'm happy. Now, in line with the very same petition, section 16 of our Petitions Act, we then have to close the matter. Because remember, we open a file as and when we receive the petition. As and when we close it, we must also close the file. We really appreciate the work that we have done. I've seen that the petitioner wanted also to raise something. I think we're actually registering. Yeah, maybe just if we could then get letter of commitment in the next 7 days, that can also assist us. If you could push it, just they give you the letter. within in the next 7 days. I'm referring to the Tafelkop Mall. If they can give you that letter, we know that you share the copy with us. At least we know that there is actually a win. And that should be the 7th of November, yeah, if we could have that letter on or before that day. Yeah, re ka lefa sebaka, ke bone o ka re le a tjheseha le, yeah.
Ke a leboha. Ke a leboha. Ya no o mpone gabotse. No ke re no ba re hlobaetša ke dikarabo tše re di hwetšang go tšwa go ba masepala. Re tlile mo re bolela ka sewer spillage. Ke mokana ba re fupetša metsi a wa o borilego. And then ke kwa taba ya boholo ba e bušeletša kgafetša. So o ka re ikwa re kgarametšo kore re swanetše re tiele nonyana matsogo ge e kgona go fofa. Tabeng ya boholo ne re nana gore is a separate matter. So ye ya sewer re gatile magato a lekaneng re thomile gabotse ka gare ga mall ra bolela le management. So go bile ra ba ra fetša rile masepaleng ra hwetša di health inspectors di atla di dira di recommendations. So ga gona any communication breakdown. Rena re bolela le bona ge bona ba sa bolele le rena ha ke tsebe gore ke communication breakdown from their side to ours. Ha ke nagane gore gona le se re se dirile go phosho se se ka dirang gore go be le delay ye re bonago. Ga ke kwa ke eme gabotse gore team ye re sepelago le mošate ke yona fela ke yona team ya go thoma go dira petition la mathomo ke yona ya go bolela le molo go tloga mathomong. Ga senke ra change any team le ge re ka e change mošate o tlo phela le gona re tsamaya le headman mo go rena ene di-meeting ka mokana ga tsona o ba gona. So gore ntate mokgwatšana ga gona seo ga se bolele ntate mokgwatšana o bereka le rena e fela ga re akaretše ga se gona le nna nkana ka sebe gona. Jwanong ke dumela gore ga gona progress re kwago e kgotsofatša go tšwa ka masepaleng. Re bile le health inspector ba re ke Oma mangana Matshonyaneng o dire di recommendation tša gore go agiwe a wall around the sewer plant. Ga go direga selo le yona mmolo ge re bolela le ona o bolela gore that sewer plant is incomplete. Ke re ba botša gore na mmolo o bulwa jwang sewer isa felela sewer plant isa fetša go agiwa. Then ara hwetša dikarabo arrogance ba e hweditše go le rena re e hweditše ge ba šala ba romela ka di-junior managers ke yona ntho re e hweditšeng ge re šala re fihla mo ga gona stepe se re se tšetšego seo re se tsebago. So re tlile mo ka baka la gore re sa hwetše dikarabo re sa hwetše diphetogolo go tšwa go bona seo ga se re gore go na le communication breakdown. Ke nagana gore ke yona ye ke beng ke nyako e tšwetša gore no rena ga ra tlo ba se ka bolela ka metsi is different story ke e be le maikarabelo a bona and then a ya swanela ba bohole a ya swanela ba a compensation ya gore solanka le sa safariša ke soretše tšwang le enwa metsi a ka se fete metsi ao o nkgela ke soretše. Ke a leboga.
No, ere ke a le bona letso ere ke le ke o a ke nyake re boele ko morago. Maybe just to brief you, you know, we had an educational outreach program called Tafelkop. This issue was raised. Normally when we have this educational outreach program, the Human Rights Commission, and I think, and that week, as in when revealed that educational outreach program, they also had a program around Tafelkop, and that's why they were able also to pick up some of these things. It might also not be the very same people, maybe that have also raised their concern. But I remember in that meeting that I was chairing, because that education will give a community platform to say whatever that they say. They have raised those issues. Now, for the mere fact that municipality, the district municipality are responsible for environmental health or municipal health. Barumeti the environmental health practitioners, the inspector, but these days we call them environmental health practitioners. That's why I feel fine. Marara kushisha process ye tsentseng batho ba le ba ka ya phila le go leadet. So ke process e telelenyana. Rena all what we need kore re khona hore capacity ya storage plant or whatever you call it, the septic tank, I think that's the name that I wanted earlier. So that e khona ho accommodate batho ba ileng hore mbatle kwale. And all what we needed now, and I think we fitlile towards that, kore ba mmolo bangwale ba committee re ke nnete re tlo increase capacity ya ntwe gore se tle re ba le bothata bo ba storage spillage. I think that's where we are. And masipala gore re na le community ya rena re na le bona motabeng ye ba bona. So ebile ba bolela gore le ba le na le meeting le ba Human Rights Commission. Ba Human Rights Commission ya le bona ba na le hona gore ba ka sapina batho because molao empowers them go ka dira bjao. So, it's something because we also normally invite them in our meetings. It's unfortunate today have our honor. So, we will then also get commitment. I want to come to appear. I will learn how Limpopo Petitions Act. Regaba sapina to come and appear. Mara for the mere fact that Maspala, the Human Rights Commission, register the progress. Ntere khopetseng gore through officer executive mayor le municipal manager ba re kreele lengwalo la hore ba ti committee ba masipala o le hore no ba Tafelkop mall hore ba I committee hore no ke nnete re tlo tswella pele ka ho netefatsa hore re increase capacity hore bothata bo re nang le bona ba storage spillage bo setlwe bo ba hona. If we can get that letter, then re tlo khona ho ba shala morago, hold them accountable on the commitment they were doing. I think that's where we are. La bonore ho register le progress of Fitlhelabia. So sending a memo se bolela go hore even this month, that's what I even said. No, that's what also comforted me. But busy ba tswela pele ba increase ntho mara le ha ba tsweletse pele ba dira mmereko a ba o dire in black and white, then maybe even their plans aba di submit le go masipala re khone ho bona hore it will corner who to saving for future, so that is about to now, even for some years to come. That the plant, storage plant or septic tank in a capacity of handling the volume it having a career from that Tafelkop more. I think that's where we are like wishes. Some members of like some members dira hen number dira some visit banal home affairs or not home affairs Women Rights Commission. Or no regadira say 1, 2, 3 because and we agaragase ba hanetse hore he batho ba tloka meet, but they were just saying that in passing, not necessarily they are not attending to the matter. La kushisha ke aginya go ribule meeting you gare no but all what I'm saying go we have registered progress like kushisha ke why gare. Maybe I should then give you then kono bushore muntu eke bulletin kinye le sa ikwishishi. Amen.
Kore rena go nwa we are cited. Mara arere ke mmolo re tlo ba gona o fitlela o e tswalela mara nkabe re sene perekishana be re tlo re a wa batho ba gesho wa le sa site mmolo ka le meeting wa malo le tsebile rena re dira 1 2 3 ke mmolo o sa re tšeng serious mara we acknowledge gore we are cited because le na le hope go rena gore re ka dira 1 2 3 le lena go fitlela mafelong ba mmolo ba ka le tšea serious. So le nna be kere ke thega gore le ge re tloga mo ke be kere re ka arrange our own meeting wa gore some of the things re bone hore ra di ria ka moka tje, because le taba ya lengwalo le re le kwanang ka lona ke nyaka gore e be clear ka mo. E kgonagala ge e le gore ba mmolo ba ba responsive. If you ba se responsive, we will also report to say re a leka batho ba le ba mmolo ba le ka re bona ba na le mogho mongwe chairperson nna le be ke go kgopela gore if possible le ba bitšeng, because ge ba palela Human Rights Commission ba ba sa pinne in a formal way o kgone go fa picture ya gore what kind of people are we dealing with. Mara however nna be ke re ke beng ke ilaetša go di hlatholotša gore ge re tšatši lewe bo le mmeo mongwe a kgopela metsi ra ba ra commita a se gore re ba re tiele matsogo e be fo ba go hlatolola gore ka mokgo masepala o leng serious ka go resolve anything. And ge nka be le gore that sewer it must be expanded by us, nka be ke go botša gore go na le other areas that we have responded. It's just that re na le mollwane. Thank you very much.
No, I in this way. Maybe for us, because we might we'll subpoena the Tafelkop more. If it means we will subpoena them, so that the Watleba party and Watleba committee. And then Rokono wona lohore, as and when we subpoena them, Rokono tseba lohore, what is the current capacity and what are they intending to do, the expansion and the future capacity, so that we know all these things. So, and that we can only get it and get, because maybe sometimes municipality go cooperate, but enough from our side we will subpoena them. And if they don't come, it's an offense. We I got this because you can go to jail for a period of a year. So they will have to comply with the law. So maybe because now I thought because they actually cooperating, they're expanding. So maybe we can give us a commitment letter. Mara, I just to be safe, let's subpoena them, honorable members, if you agree with us, so that we are able to close them. Honorable Mugab.
No, I agree with you, Honorable Chair, but the other thing is that Mushato na le matla le ona. A kere naga ke ya lena. So berekishanang mmogo le masepala ka baka la as long as the mall, but mall they don't want to cooperate, it's just to take advantage. Actually, you should have long closed that mall for them to cooperate, because go with your advantage ya go telelang motho o montsho. Because at the end of the day, when the community ba bangwe ba complain, aba complain ba lebeletse mall. They think the responsibility is this government, that this government is not delivering, whereas this government is delivering, but the problem is so that is why leskanya ja matla le na belo ka moshate. Much as le bokgono ba fanaga, le na le right ya go tšea any decision belo ka moshate. A le palediswe ke selo. You can draw your own whatever decision and take it to the municipality to formalize se le na le nyaka gore se diragale. So that anyone at Rotlang Monageng Lena, I tell like a because whenever non community, it would take a from 2017 until now. If it was in town because of the Maho, people must comply. Must comply, because whenever nkinto ya motho ka mo ke soreji ka mo morago wangga la kushisha a ke le bona ganyo le lena le bantshitse go masepala as if masepala is not complying, whereas it's not under masepala. That is why ke le lena ka moshate nna ke gopela le se ke balanya ja matla lena le matla much as ba re ga batsana ka kwa ba kokota ka moshate ba gopela naga la ba dumelela, they must comply. So lena le right le lena e golo lena le right ya go ka pusha go ka thusha masepala ngwalang fase le bolele gore ge le le nyaka the municipal that mall to be closed tomorrow because setšhaba sa lena se a lla. You have that power. Then we just draw whatever. Then for whatever the legal matters, go to the municipality to help you to formalize what the Moshate wants, because the municipality cannot say Maspala out, which is so that is why people are just taking advantage, because batho ba le mogolo magoshi a rena gantši a ba sa šomiša matla a bona akere a ba re šomiša matla lena gore le tšatše molao ba re berekišanang le mmušo gore le thušane mo le thušanang gona, but at the end of the day the final decision e tšwa mo go mang go lena. Kare le a mmitša gatle le a mmitša gatle le a ba bitša ga batle o romela di-juniors masepala ile dilo tše ka moka, and then motho o moso o le mmitšang yena ntho a e lebeletšeng ke gore in 10 years time I have 10 billion or whatever million. Yena o lebeletše tšhelete but a lebelela the needs of the people. Re nyaka ditirelo gaufi le rena but re kgopela as Moshate gore re thušeng. Use your powers. Use your powers. Because ke lena ba le goreng masepala e tlo latela molao, because a ke re bona ke ba molao mara lena le na le right gore le ge le ka tswa go sasa le re molao o tswalele go thoma mamotlhaono le na le tsona those powers ba ka o tswalela, then masepala o tlatla ka morago ka dilo tša bona akere mara matla a na le lena, because a la swanela go sokola so le ba file naga a la sokola go ba fa naga akere a ke re ba kokotile bjale wa e ba sa le theeletša le ba khipela mo nageng ya nna ba sa le theeletša le se ka tla la ke nyetšiša ka batho ba feta ka tsela. Mešate ya rena e santše e tlhomphege, bogoši ba rena bo santše bo tlhomphege, go santše go bonagale gore bogoši ba rena bo gona bo a exista wa bona. It can't be only here in Limpopo where we find magoši a rena a nyatšiwa, and ke batho fela ba tlo dira tšhelete ga a fetša go senyegile kwa o dirang wa tsamaya. Lena le šetše ka tlafutlafu ya ditšhila akere every development e tlang kwa e tlela lena bjalo ka magoši. When the municipality bring the services a se tša masepala ke tša lena akere ke tša go bontšha lena le magoši le dumeletše masepala gore a tla le fe bana metsi a dilelo tše ka moka le ba romile akere ke baromiwa ba lena, then ga ba tliša the credit le tla go Moshate a ye go the municipality ya go mang go Moshate gore mo nageng ya rena re na le sa gore le sa gore le sa gore bjale lena re a kgopela re ya mang ka maoto le thušeng, because ntho ele ya kwa le rena re a e tseba ke a gale ke a leboga kore ya mfofuletša nke be ke kgoši nke be gale ke ba rakile.
Are direng so I get ultimately we then have to reveal a way forward. Firstly, ke a le bona letšo la mara kere a re o no dula mo ra bolela motšheare ka moka. One ntho yo di alang gore municipal manager we through executive mayor that letter must still have to go ya nyaka commitment to go Tafelkop more. But secondly, we will then subpoena them. If we cooperate, then we'll see how we move forward. But we then have to subpoena them to come and appear before the standing committee on the very same issue, so that we get this issue resolved. And as and when we subpoena them, we would also want to know that information that we then will request from them. What about the capacity, the storage plant, and what are they intending to do for future plans, so that have a time well prepared, because we can't sit with that problem forever. Our interest, make sure the interest of petitioners, the so that at least there are issues that they are raised, they be resolved. That's the interest. That's our interest as the Standing Committee on Petition. So, we are right, but I think we are moving towards the right direction. Ultimately, this issue will get resolved. So, we the rest ditla fela. Let's get a fela pelo le re le bija hape re tla. But we are then saying, no, let's get that letter. Bangwale, maybe we see or no, at least we must know. Or created that letter, but if we create that letter of commitment, or no, but secondly, we would also subpoena them so that they must know or we are serious about these issues raised by our people. And under this conclude our today's business, and we want to thank you, Executive Mayor.
The municipality, when they read the letter, if they also can also give them the time frame, you can give them 7 days to 14 days to respond to yourself.
Mara le tshwanetse le kwešiše gore ka mo re rana dilo ka tsela ya a ke re a re no bolela fela re ke o fe sebaka sa gore o le bolela.
Ke a leboga. A botse Chairperson, next šetše ke no emiša gore camera e mpone gore ke emišitše. Ge le registera di grievance.
A ke le bone ke kgopela le eme ka le dutše ka morago batho.
Ke a leboga.
O ne le nyaka camera.
A ke re next šetše ke no gore camera e mpone gore ke emišitše a se ka kgethiwa. Gabotse a ke re ge le re le tlo bitša batho le tlo ba bitša le bangwaletše gore complain di reng a kere. Ya lo nna nne ke bone nngwe ye thoni e se go registered. Ba na le matamo batho ba la I2 a collector go ditšhila. A na concrete cement mo fase. E ra gore ba contaminate le metse underground. Mara ga ka bona nka reng wa dilwe mo. And secondly, metse a ya go kotseleng a tswe ka mogare ga septic tank. A tswa ka mogare ga matamo because matamo a ge pula enwa a collector all the storm water a tšhela ka mola tamole la tlala la ya ko tseleng. So ge le bolela ka septic tank le sa bolele ka matamo ala le sa bolele ka underground contamination ke ba le problem. That's why ke ne ke no emiša gore modimo tlo mpone.
Yeah, no. We understand is the whole system. Well, not lots of no, what like otherwise we will not.
Yeah, ba ba boletseng ka moka bona ba boletse dinnete ba ke tsamayang le bona mara go na le engwe le yona e šalela morago yone ya go bontšha gore ba mmolo ba arrogant. 2022 e ke sa lwela make ka September ba re file report, sorry 2023 ba re file report ya gore ba tswa ka mmasepaleng ebile ba boletse le mmasepala ba tlo bula or ba tlo dira anything e leng gore santse diragale mo ka date e so atla ba e fedisa. It's just that a ke re tle mo rena re tle ka engwe taba e seng ka e pe re tle ka taba ya tsela le ka taba ya sekolo jalo nkebe ile re tsile re tla kae nkebe re tle le tsona report tse la tla di bona gore maka ba re botse gona ke ya makae nna report ya ona ke na le le ntona ona le yona le Chairperson rena ona le yona ke ya golo. So ke mo ile gore o no bona gore re no tšhela tapa ka metse ba ne le tlhogo je thata batho ba le re boletse rona go telele le go nyola le lo bangwalla mangwala go bona e sa tsena go tele because sometimes re na bile ra gotlela re ba eta pele community e sa gotlela selo re ba thiba nako le nako ba re ba go tswalla ona mololo ka mogwa bona wa di face and yo la rena ke ntwa mkuto ka rona batho ba e perekela mo ke a leboga.
No, re le kwele ar kwaneng a kere what are ba sapina re tlo no ba botsa gore ba tle kae aga then they will take us through that's why ke re tlo no tseba gore ba tlo no re tlhalosetsa gore capacity ya system and re bolela ka the whole system skela the whole package. This killer no, because there is no pefofatsa fela so that re kgone kwana re bolela ka. So then, but municipal manager still would no bangwalela because it's important to ngwala again. So that even if there was a no matter why are you not cooperating? So, but don't worry, because for all those things. Then we'll then have also to check, our researchers are also on site, just also to go and check or just to verify also certain things. so that we can check even all the, how was the mall approved, the plans and everything, so that when we come here, we have the full, the whole thing, and so that everybody must account, re kgone ho tseba hore, yeah. But ultimately, re nyaka ho bona, the issue, ele raisitseng ya storage spillage and the whole, ele resolved. But re bolela ka the whole package. Skela wara ngolo ka re bolele ka se, a re nyaka ho ba too technical, because eo ka se re thusi ka selo for now. Ke na hore di kwahetse, e re ke le leboheng executive mayor, your team. Yeah, I can normally invite them again, and our invitation will be very clear or village, unless if what official na shahiditse, ke kule le bolela mara e le hore ba le shahiditse. Yeah, ke a tseba hore next week Wednesday re tla be re deala ka taba tsa education. Ke no ba ke se sure le part of that mara ba tla le romela invitation. Today we le taba tsa di masepala, yeah. So mara ha ile hore a se le khumane botsa tshwarelwa apology, then a se taba tsa sekolo today. Executive mayor and your team petitioners re a leboga. Ke be go tshepisitse hore re tlo release earlier, nako ke a bona bile o tshwere for other commitment, but thank you for coming, for always honoring our invitation. I think in my discussions yesterday, I've made commitment there by 11 we should be done. Unfortunately, it went beyond that. But I think ke ka mokgona tshipudisha meeting o tsamaileng ka hona. Our petitioners, let's get a fella pelo, all these issues will get resolved. Le ka no bona ka re ditsia nako, mara di tlo resolved. Re a leboga kgotlello ya lena, ka o rialo re ka le lokolla, re tla shala le ba committee fela. Thanks, Executive. Good morning, Mayor Malachi and your team and the petitioners. Let me take this opportunity to welcome you to the Standing Committee of Petitions and Public Participation. I will quickly introduce members of the Standing Committee on Petitions and Public Participation, and then give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and your team, and also give opportunity to petitioners also to introduce themselves. Nake Maurice Mataboge, I'm the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Petitions and Public Participation. On my right is Honorable Mugawa, Honorable Pokane, Honorable Khosi Chivas. We are the members of the Standing Committee. We also have the support staff, these others that you see surrounding us. They are here to help us administratively. For the sake of time, I will not necessarily introduce them. I must say, our meetings are actually, before I could give you an opportunity to introduce yourself, in line with Section 9 of the Limpopo Petitions Act, our meetings are actually open to the public. Now, because of the facility that we are using, we can't invite them here. But when we have this kind of meetings, we inform the public about our meetings. So we are actually live on social platforms, and I thought it's important for you to know, so that we should not take you by surprise. And that's the only way that we could allow public also to listen to our proceedings of our meetings. So I will then allow Councillor Miriam Malachi just to...
Chair, I'm sorry for this interjection. Ke a leboga, Chair. Be ke dio kgopela gore mohlomong ka gore re thoma kopana. Ge eba one of our petitioners ga ena pele bothata jo bogolo gore a ka tšola kukuana a dire jalo. Ke a leboga, Chair.
Oh yes, yeah, no, re a leboga. Ngalefa sebaka Majoro just to introduce yourself. So I might know I'm Nangaletseva, but it's important just also to introduce yourselves, but also for the viewers at home also to know that you are here Agere ba ka no ba o lebeletse in various social media platforms ko Phalaborwa. So it's important le ba bangwe in the province ba nya go tseba gore ke bo mang ba ba appearileng before the standing committee. Sebaka ke sa lena.
Thank you, Chairperson, for the opportunity, and greetings to all the committee members. My name is Miriam Malaji, the Mayor of Phalaborwa Municipality. With me here, I am with the Municipal Manager, Mayor Tabitha Mkobi. Thank you.
Petitioners le lena le ka itsebisa ba tla le fa mic ba le thuse le kgone go itsebisa.
Thobela ka boikokobetso ke Notwane Edwin Malaji, Chairperson of Phalaborwa Consent Committee members. Ke tsamaya le Thabo Mabunda ke leloko la Phalaborwa Consent Committee members, le Colbert Moagi ke leloko la Phalaborwa Consent Committee members. Ke a leboha.
Re a leboga our petitioners. Now, before re tswela pele ho ya ka section 10 ya the Petitions Act, anybody who appearing before the standing committee either to give evidence o tshwanetse ho tšea oath or solemn affirmation. Mayor ha no e tšea because yena kere se o itse re ha thoma o šoma ka mošomo wa hae wa bo mayor a ke re la tseba gore ba tšea oath ya ba thoma. So then I will expect the rest of you just to stand up and follow me, just to take an oath or solemn affirmation in line with the very same act e ke boletseng ka yona. So le tlo bolela mabitso a lena ka botlalo, full names and surname, and lantšhala ka morago again. Lo thoma le re
I,
mabitso a lena ka botlalo le surname.
Notwane Edwin Malaji.
Ka nako e tee again. A re thomeng
I,
your names,
Notwane Edwin Malaji,
swear that
I'll
be truthful and honest
I will be honest
to the Committee of the Limpopo Provincial Legislature
to the Committee of Limpopo of Legislature
when giving evidence
without
any fear,
favor,
and or prejudice,
on false prejudice,
in accordance
with
Limpopo Petitions Act,
Petition Act,
the
Constitution,
and other law.
So help me God.
So help me God. Ke a leboha.
Ke a leboha.
Now, how we work here, Mayor, is that we have actually received the petition from the petitioners. Now, after receiving the petitions, we normally write to the respondent. And in this case, the respondent is the Phalaborwa municipality. So we wrote to you, then you have actually responded to us in writing. Now, what we are going to do now, we are going to give the petitioners sebaka sa le tlhalose taba ya petition ya lona ka bo re kopana akere ke le tlhaloseditse gore ba le theeleditše kwa go hae akere so le no e tlhalosa ka bo kopana ka morago ra fa wa masepala sebaka sa gore ba arabele or ba responde se le ka petition ya lena ka morago mo re tlo no fa the honorable members sebaka sa gore ba boledishe presentations tsa lena ke. So ka o rialo ke tlo lefa sebaka or le bolele ka taba ya petition ya lena. Re a tseba re khumana ke re khumane petition ya lena and re a tseba hore ke taba ya spillage sa storage again. Le taba ya ho sa shome ha di project tsa matamo a metsi a ke re hore a di kgone ho supply matamo le tsela ya ho se fele a ke re ya ko Ward 9 a ke. So mara ke ra hore lena le no ipolella taba tse ka bokopana then ka morao a mo re fe ba masepala bo meyara ba tle ba ikarabela.
Ka boikokobetso lo kenyaja ke leboa fuwa sebaka bele ke setse nnete ke jere kano ke le notwane Edwin Malachi chairperson ya baphala bora consent committee members ke bontse ke re phalaborwa ena le village jo fapana and then ndumeleng re tere bolele ka taba ja petition ke tlo bolela ka Makhushane Mapikiri Ward 9 Makhushane Mapikiri Ward 9 re na le tavern engwe e bitswa re ke Corner Couch mo Corner Couch tavern ke mo felejo skontiri se a ile kwa morao ka bo 98-99 komo ka mo skontiri se felejo ona and then wile wa tla wa ba le project engwe ya tla nyo go thoma o dira tsela ka ona Ward 9 a Mapikiri o thoma na Corner Couch o fitla graveyard ya Mapikiri Ward 9 so ba fitlile kwa ba thoma ba busy ka mobu ba levela ba stampa ba dira everything re tseba le go project as kondiri and then ya no ba re komoka wa nyama ba no nyamalala till today ya re se re kre karabo gore project la o dirile no go no tshwanjo ba dirile sekondiri. It was back ka 2002-2003 somewhere there and then gape yona Mapikiri Ward 9 ra ba le letamo le lengwe la o dirwa ka Lesenge and then letamo le o dirwa ka Lesenge project yone ke ana kwa bo 2009 roughly there ila riwa letamo la Masenge la fela and then ba tsepise community ra wa le tlo kra metsi and then that still dam e lo fela azanga ya re fa metsi at all ishita le roti la metsi and then wa boya gape wa tla go ba le another project ye ile re ke bolela so completely e ka ba ifedile gona kwa bo project e ka ba itumela kwa bo 2022 if I'm not mistaken 2022-2021 wa ai kwa letamo le ka concrete le fedile ele sno fela letamo le la ba boya batla ba tshela le pipe ja metsi ka mo le strateng gore every household a ba le tap water tap e ke bolela ke lalo Makhushane Mapikiri le still today those water taps je ba di tshetsu ka mo le jarateng ha dina le roti la metsi kwa Mapikiri komo ka batho ba Mapikiri Ward 9 ba kra metsi ka le truck and balla mo ile re truck jewe usually phalaborwa metsi ba bula 3 in 3 out 3 in 3 out bele batho ba ka kwa Mapikiri at all 3 in 3 out metsi abai grey bona kra metsi ka le truck and sometimes le truck jewe di khona o itjia 2 weeks to 3 weeks ba sa grey metsi it's very dry mo ile gore ba lekile bona le mo councilor le ward committee and then hanji he o ka bona truck ya metsi bile etla ke after bele ba tshepisa gore ba re tla ba re ja action then ingusha botlhoko because he ba tlo thoma dira that project ona la batho ba bangwe ne ba itwa ba grammates certain portion but after that project yela a web le ka mara line ya affect batho le ba maune but ba le ba mostly affected ke ba Mapikiri Ward 9 then ke moka rajwa raya Namagale zone E le zone D Namagale Mandela zone E le zone D ka kuwa ke spillage sa le sewage so re dijelo re dielela ka ra metsi ka le strateng ba bangwe di ka ra line straight ke gopola back then re thomile o engage na le tsone ka bo July ya re bo August, and then wa ba le gore after o engage ra re ngwalla le kamo. As I speak now, ke setse ke jere kano ka rata of tsamole ja gore o na le di storage je le gore ba di fixage a di sana spillage, but wa ba le motse o mongwe wa 765 Mandela zone E ke so je le gore ke confirmile le mabana was there ya re na le spillage, le motse o mongwe wa Mandela zone E 813 ke motse le gore o sana le leak ya sewage. And Mandela zone E mo go bolela ka ona the main line tsa di sewage tsa di pipe le tsamaya ka ra metsi ya batho a di tsamaya strateng di tsamaya ka ra metsi ka ra di stand. That's why le khona lo welela gore motho khona o ba le stand, then a jaratela main line mo na le ntwela ya storage straight, then I palea o ba e thoma o dra spillage e elela ka kwa ai ba bangwe tsena le ka ntoni. But I'm happy because tshedingo tsa botsone ba di attendile after re reportile mo because we le correspondence, so ke ka boripana le ka bokokobetso yebe ke nyako fa yona ke a leboga.
Re a leboga petitioners kana le bolela on behalf of community ne. Mayor, indeed re kry-ile the response mara ke sebaka sa lena sa gore how do you respond to issues that they have raised, even if we have your response in black and white?
Ke a leboga chairperson, ke leboga le di membera tša rena tša community, mara e fela e re ne ke le bontšhe gore di issues tše dintši tše ke di kwileng mo di be di nyakile ge nke be ba tlile di ofising tša masepala e se tša ka moka re ke bona e le di day to day things. E re ne ke fetole mo a bontšha gore ga mabikiri go ile go a tšhediwa mabu mo tseleng. It was in 2008 or 2 ke nnete ke be ke le ko technical as a chairperson. The reason why re tšhetše mabu kua ke maswikene ka kudu, so grader e be e sa kgona go grader the road. Then ra decide re le masepala ra re ba tšhelelene mabu re ya ke kitetše go be smooth dikoloi di kgone go sepela. We addressing the issue of the rocky, it's very rocky. Now the road ye ba bolelang ka yona ke nnete fihlile ya ema mo ba reng ke corner coach. The road doesn't belong to the municipality, ke tsela ye re direlang ke RAL. As we speak, ekele mayor currently, I wrote the letter to PMC, which is the mine, the stakeholder, ke request gore ba re diele tsela ela. Then they approved it. Approval ya ona last year ba bile le go tla gore checkela ke di design and all the likes. Re emetše gore ge dilo tša bona di le gabotse ba appointe kontraka ba re direle tsela ela. Is true, is there in black and white. If le nyaka re le fanisha ka the whole information, we can email, the mine can send us the progress to date, and then ra romela committee gore le kgone go bona. There was nothing that the municipality can do kwa morao based on gore tsela ela doesn't belong to us. Re ya go RAL. Ge a bolela issue ya gore go bile le di reservoir tše pedi ko mabigiri, is true, go bile le a concrete reservoir ye dirilweng ka bo 2002 kwa morago. I was the ward councillor by the time, but not in that area, in another area. So the reservoir yela ibile le go leaka e le gore the area surrounding naga ene la gausi le yona e ba e fetoga wetland. Then and the one thing that you must bear in mind, Kuri, as the local municipality, we are not the water authority. We are the provider. In fact, puchisho yene e gabotsebotse gore what happened ke fetula go gore ke be ke le councillor, and re na le the DDM model nowadays. I know what is happening, but even if le sanyaka more information, le tla khopela the district ba tla ba le fetula. But what happened go gore they ba re agetše another still reservoir in Mabigiri. And then eba finish ka stili sela, ba tjo re latela metsi o tšwa ko straight lining ya o tšwa Lepelle gore e etšhele the reservoir ya rena ya ko Mabigiri. Unfortunately, Malaji, the community ya ko Makhushwane, that other side, they damage the pipe. Pipe ha isa khona go isha metsi that side. And re dira awareness all every day le ba le magung le kae gore re khopela gore re disconnect that area, because intention ya rena ibe yo ya o tlatsa metsi kwa reservoir le Mopani re khone go supply the area ya Mabigiri ka re ke yona ina go le tlhoba boroko ya metsi. So with that one, the reservoir is through, is there. The problem is the line. It's reservoir. But Baba redirecting the reservoir and the line, it's Mopani District Municipality, not the local. Then with this one, I won Changiagor. The last one, Ubonisha the spillages in Zone E and Zone D, which is Namahale area. It was reported, Chairperson, not by them, but another member, or journalist spillage in Zone E. Akanobayana, Anibele reported this spillage in the houses. It's true. Area ya Bolelankayona, Renale challenge ye Hulu ya gore. Reba Richelela di Lojeja di sewer line. The Namahale beso Guleka Mukoi Ujinga Gonagani. Now it needs budget to buy change by because it block volume. When there's a spillage, our team will go and attend. When there is a spillage, the municipal team will go and attend. But the root cause in the budgetary dia gore ba khono khutsa, but ye I bolelang ya sone joro not on are go tse dingwe re di address asa di bonang gore keng. After that interview we investigated gore is it a sewer or is what, and we find gore it ona le wetland le that area ya go Zone D. And then what we have agreed in the municipality gore re chele the line ye tla re tsamaishetsa go metsi ka re ke botala all over di ntlo tša gana kwa bolelang ka gona di thapile kudu. So as the municipality, we are addressing that wetland, and then in terms of sewer, we are also attending to which means address it is our role as the local municipality to address the issues leakage, sewer blockages. So that's why when we live here, we will find the reported where they will be addressed. So moving forward, so that Ruskano to Humana is doable, is for them to give everything to the office of the municipality for us to deal with them. If we don't deal with them, then they will say, committee, we reported these things several times to the municipality and they are not attending to them. That's why we are bringing them here. We are willing to assist all the community members in Palabor. Thank you.
Right. No, lega not switch on mic.
Thank you, Chairperson. Greeting to yourself.
Thank you, Chairperson. Greeting to yourselves and members of this committee. I'd like to echo the same sentiments by the mayor that issues, by the way, I was just appointed on the 1st of October 2025, but I've been long in local government, so my input here is that issues that get reported from the time that I took over office, they get addressed, and we are having a service delivery WhatsApp groups. And secondly, I think what I've experienced or noted is that the town is growing, and the growth is putting pressure on the existing infrastructure. And I was fortunate to have met stakeholders on Tuesday. We have agreed and have noted all the issues without necessarily looking at the issues raised, that we are having issues of sewer spillages, and they've promised that on Tuesday we are going to speak about plans to upgrade the existing infrastructure, because the growth has been fast in town and also in the townships. When RDP's houses are being built, part of what is not addressed is the infrastructure. They will come and build RDP houses and the town will grow, whether it's in the village or in the township. They do not address the issue of upgrading the infrastructure. So I'm indicating here with the mayor that we are very much excited that some of the issues that are raised here is the issue between the two stakeholders, the Northern Lepelle, Northern Water, and the district. And I think their input was going to assist in terms of the issues of water supply. From where we are sitting, even the water tankers, actually the issue of them not being supplied, as the mayor has said, it is because of that line. So we have arranged a meeting for next week between the Lepelle, Northern Water, the district, and ourselves to be able to address this issue. Because from where we are, individually, I don't think we're having a problem. The three stakeholders must sit, address it, and see where the actual root cause could be. But where we are sitting, chairperson and members, it could have been done in-house. And other issues of the sewer spillages, the mine has promised they're at the advanced stage of buying a machine called a combination, a jet sewer. It will blast the main line and assist us in that regard. But when you listen that they've built the sewer line, it's in their yard, it means the township establishment was not correctly followed. You put infrastructure, then houses. But when the line is in the yard, not on the servitude, that is what is creating the problem. So as a way forward, I think we should be able to look at the applications or where people are residing for us to be able to respond accordingly. Part of what we have done is that we are going to develop a bulk contribution connection policy, because for us to be able to upgrade the infrastructure, people who are connecting on the bulk, whether it's water or sewer, they must pay first before they can start to connect. Currently, it is not in place. That is why the pressure on any development is being exerted on the old human settlements. So with that said, Chairperson, I think we'd like to request our petitioners to come straight to the office. The office of the mayor and my office are open. We are on the street and assisting the community members. Thank you very much, Chairperson and members.
No, it's fine. I can really feel the opportunity you're present. So it's not like a remote or so. We have heard you. That's why I really know from your side of the story, Masparaba respond. Then refer honorable members an opportunity to speak. I would look at the first back also just to say something. Honorable members. No, just that.
No, okay, no, thank you very much, the Honorable Mayor. Firstly, I just wanted to check with you, where's the municipal manager? Is it you? Okay.
She's new from the box.
Oh, okay, new from the box. Okay. No, I hear you when you're doing your presentation, including the mayor. How do you your statement? Whether or not you will go and check. So mathata ke now because ga le bona batho ba shala ba etla mo ke taba ya gore is either batho ba tla ga masepala then a go check you or something, or there is no communication, because it is so discouraging when we need to resolve an issue. Then people say, no, we're still going to check what is happening, what is it that we can do so that we can assist. So I don't know, maybe the issue happened. I don't want to blame you, because I think the other issue is about the councillors, because as long as we have councillors that they don't report, it's a problem, because at the end of the day, we cannot expect you every now and then to be out, because the councillors must come and tell you, these are the issues that the community are complaining of. Then from there, but then if a problem, then hello, the councillor na pele mokana di na pele bereka bjalo na pele mokana re fihla mo go je bjalo le lena information le nna, because I get nyaka something se le gore re tlo go je le everything is in your hands, so that you'll know that, because at the end of the day re nyako tseba rena ha le fetja mo re tsamaya, you need to go back re tseba gore now you are resolving the issue, because ntho re tlo nyakang it's a time frame, so that batho ba boela morago ba tseba gore issue ya rena at least e resolve ka mo mara this thing ya gore some of the things that are still going to check why this and that and all these things. And the mayor said to them, the issue office discuss, you will never know, never because you know in our offices, whereby the person without you knowing. And at the end of the day, as a political head, as if we don't want to see them. So it becomes a problem. So that is why the issue of my councillor, it's a problem, because when we're supposed to put councillors, we don't put what they're responsible. We don't want young people to take over, but sometimes you need to put people that are responsible. But barata community abona, they will understand why they councillors, because they must listen to you, go back to the municipality report, get answers, and then come back to you. But as long as you don't have that kind of a councillor, the problem, and then the office. Mola lor musipedishi wa ditaba tša lena mo gare mo. Ke ba le ba gore le no re ga le mo kgetha ba kitimare ka motoro, that's what you want. And gore ke motoro wa eng, because se sentse be motoro wa go tsamaya jika a lebella the community complain again, then it becomes a problem. Because ge nke be le gore the councillor ya bereka, maybe nke be re se mo re le gona today. Na re tla ba re tseba gore at least re bolela ka something else. Mara in the spillage and all these things, Yona is not something right, but as the mayor at Halusijo, they've attended somewhere they didn't attend. I just wanted the mayor maybe to tell us no. Kikai mola attending and Kikai mola sa attender and issue ya wana kinya gore go attend we plege 8 and was attend the other side. And the other issue the building madam, you can't build the dams and the community is in the pipe. It's something else, but at the end of the day, people must have water. People must have water. Pipe is maybe it's because so people get angry then by saying so, but that pipe, what was the plan B for those people to get into it? I think the researcher also give us some pictures whereby the building the tanka jepedi almost plege one. Marakam Karachon. Kurna, why did you placate? What was the reason for where the tanker placate? So the tanker jepedi, but there's no water. So planning or what happened to mates. And a planning which will appeal for that spillage because we credit photo and everything. Because I gave off a little the pipe picture, I change you. Now, why does I change you is something else. Really, issue rale, ke believe where communities complaining about the road because we just wanted to check with the municipality, the mayor, we have this issue. Because I get that than la humola, but I get sanji and at the end of the day, Kima Sanja did follow up, Kelena as the office to do follow up or no, RAL salary teacher complain, then lead relay, little like so that the community must know because really look quiet. That is where the one community amagama to berno. It my satire jama fellow, and we don't want that. We want to see a good cooperation between the community and the municipality because of the and communication at the night abots.
No, thanks, Chair. Kisa Wushagili Dumirishagap and other honorable members present here. Kitamishibo Major and the MM as well as our petitioners. Yeah, Gavonare, Matafiji empowerment, women empowerment, Umpokot. No, that's great. We always worried about the issue of women or the we really appreciate Major take a decision or le thola mosadi as an MM. I would firstly appreciate or the petitioners made an indication to say there were issues the sewer spillage that the municipality addressed. We really appreciate that you were able to deal with those matters. So re dumela gore le cherishitsi tshibare bontsha lo dila le jona so that at the ultimate end ga re be le those challenges tse lo re fetsa di tlisha kotsi maphelong a batho ba borena. I would echo the same sentiments with the Honorable Mukaba with regard to the issue though it's responsibility layer, of course, the onus rests with the local municipality to ensure that it get addressed. But I must also appreciate that the mayor made an indication to say he has engaged PMC. Yeah, PMC. And they've assured and committed to address issue layer tsela fawe. Having taken that responsibility to ensure that you engage. Of course, it's your responsibility to make sure that the conditions the constituency in all matters regarding whether they fall within your jurisdiction as the local municipality or not. It's your responsibility, and I realize that you have taken that step, ensuring that they get addressed. Of course, even with the issue ya Matamu, we would expect forthright answers from you. We know that they may not necessarily be your responsibility, of course, as the local mayor, but they are in your area. And you must understand and the issue or what is it that the district municipality is doing to address the issue or what you are indicating or major scaffish at that area illegal connections. So there should be an action that is taken. And of course, part of the challenge that we have metsi ke taba ya gore we will have matamu infrastructure, then the neighboring areas tse lo gore di pipe di feta mo bona ba hloka metsi. Obviously they will never allow that kind of a situation. We're not encouraging or whatever connect illegally, but it generally happens. Gore ge pipe do feta fa e ya kwa gole ba ba leng mo gaufi feta mo gaufi le bone, they would have some ideas. So it will mean that the approach, of course, of dealing with these matters also need to be looked into, so that we don't have issue illegal connections. Of course, with the illegal connections, it will also mean a lot of water just get lost unnecessarily. Kabaka la hore connections tsa bona di ka sa be foolproof. A mantši metsi a no timella mo sebakabakeng ka baka la hore batho ba ipha ona, and a lot ba ipha ona se jwang, they don't care as long as bona ba kgona ka khumana metsi ao. But of course, with one other issue that Major indicated was that if these issues, the petitioners could have come to the municipalities, it always remains important for our communities constantly engage their local municipalities. Of course, Honorable Mugaba made indication to say that there might be other challenges, of course, and they are not responsive. And the mayor might not even know. So we are appealing, of course, even to the leadership of the municipalities that they must talk to their people. But they must understand what the municipality is saving the community. And if the community the reports in co-officing mayor, the mayor must know so that she can be able to address them. Because if she does not know and they don't get addressed, it becomes a problem. That's the challenge that we shall have. So, mayor highlight this issue with their officials, because sometimes it happens. We are not saying it's happening like that, Major, but it usually happens that things will come to the municipality and you don't get to know them. And we expect you attend to them. Even if you might not have managed to address the problem, but at least the people must get an understanding or what is happening. At least with information, information in matlafatsa. They may not necessarily be going up by escalators and matters if they know that the matters they are being addressed. Thanks, Chair.
Maybe just to ask a question, Mayor Gore, how is your reporting system? Like at the customer care system, and I'm raising that on the basis that you could see they have said there were a number of reports on the storage spillages, but I was comforted by the fact that some majority of them have been attended to, but there is also an area that our petitioner spoke about, which because our researcher went there yesterday, and it was confirming that it was still they're still experiencing that storage spillage. But of course, we fully agree that we encourage our communities to work very closely with the municipality, and the reason why I'm asking about what is the report system and if they are aware how to report that. And the MM also spoke about developments, when we start to talk about developments, we also need to start to think about planning ahead so that we should not experience this storage spillages all over. But there's a pipe that you spoke about that, of course, the district has made sure that the people, I'm not sure whether it's Mapikir that were supposed to get water from there, straight from there. But my question is that don't you have you not signed the MOU with the district municipality with regard to maintenance and operations? Because I think even if we understand the function, because even those of dams, it was actually the function was actually done by the district municipality. But I think in the process, most of the district, they have actually signed the MOU with the local municipalities, in particular on the maintenance and operations. Yeah, I think if we could get response from that, that could also assist us to move forward. Maybe lastly, also, yeah, if we could then have that, because you, and I think the letter that you spoke about, that we could also get from PMC, yeah, so that we know also as and when, if we had to invite. And I think I should acknowledge, or there was an omission on our side, not to invite the district municipality, which is also a water service authority in this case. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chairperson, and also want to welcome the questions and thanks for the comments. Ke nyaka go bontšha gore the sewer ye re kgonne go fihla ra e lebelela ka nako e be ile ko zone D, mara e fela ka morago, because now ga o reporta ka mo pele gore re bele e ya ka mo, so which needs us to address it. And I want to indicate that living here, even before we go out, I will be informing technical director ba ye go site-eng, re tla re ba khumanana kwa re bona gore na ba e kgonne, mara bothata ge ba e kgona, I will also shoot le bone gore re lokišitše le kgono. But after tomorrow re khumana e ragile, ke re the reason ke gore naga yela e godile, pipe yela ba mpotša gore ga ke re na, I'm not a technical somebody, but ba re e ba dia dinaga tše these other villages e be di se gona, bo zone Eva, bo zone Diva. Line yela was meant for only for school, so now e expandile, and that's why we wrote a report at one stage to the district gore ge ba ka re budgetela re no change the line gore re khutše e tlhofuwa mo le mo. We will go and address, because spillage a se motho re ka re go a ka dula ga sona ra no se lebelela. The area ye e nang challenge le re go le maabane ba khumane e le gona, le ge re ka no ya le tono re le khumane gona ke ko zone E. I know the area a ke tsebe ebe ka re bana le kgwedi, nna I'm the one yo nka re go a re eng ko le bontšha gona. So the area ke ye re nyaka go šomišetša jet sewer, kana the whole area yela e bontšha le gore e flashetša kwa, and then ntho e lebele a e kgone ke ye nyane. So the jet sewer yela go na le ye ba re fileng yona, then ge ba bolela gore they will give us, even if ba se ba re fe the jet sewer, I think what we can do gane bjale ke gore re kgopele o masepala, the technical director, ba re botše gore permanent solution ya mola, because ke sort of a drain, so metsi ela e nago mola ka mokana ga yona e falela kua, then stream se ya kitima se ya go. I used to go there several times, re ya re address ya loka beke, ya thoma beke yela ya loka beke, and then I will look for the permanent solution. I think maybe re ka ke mo re ka re go re ka fana the time frames mo go yona, because it's true, I know the area. Nna ke no ya ke ya ba e lokiša, community complain ba e lokiša, mara ke nyaka gore ge re le ka mogare ga meeting yo, while re na le community ya rena ba ba llang mo, ke be ke ba bontšhe the reporting channels, ke ska no khumana ke no itlogela ka mokgo ka motshwana ba tlo tla kwa ofising ya mayor ba sa mokhumane ya ba problem. These are our community members. In their wards, there are ward committees. Also, there are ward councillors. There is a CDW. Whenever they see a sewer, they will phone, go masipaleng, rena le phone customer care, go technical services. You report ngani biale, ba mo file di leakage di spillage je. Reki yo check ka kwa go khuma le gore a iso registering. Mara community ba iboni, they don't know the procedure. The procedure number 1, ge ba sa khonu go phone go sna chelete, each and likely phalaboro ke nyana. Section ye nngwe le nngwe na le ward committee. Ward ye nngwe le nngwe na le ward councillor. Storage ye ya tshwenya house number man mo councillor ra ona le right ya ba phone la gang. Ge ba ka no bona go fela matšatši a mararo, I'm happy report check e humaneng maabane go gore a re sa fetša le 3 days re sa attenda di sewer. Even in town we are crisis which we must admit ya bashumi blah blah, but we have addressed that internally. We have addressed that. So abashumishe the reporting channel unless lo reta ba yona le mo councillor a itšee le hlogong ba fila gore ye e do nyaka majoro ka sebele, then they will go to the office of the mayor. Kare ba tlo no phela ba ya ba senkhumane wa tseba malaji mare mayor a go be ke sa montšha le khonu kare le khonu ke mo mongwe wa nyaka ka mokgono. So ye ya sela gore why re be re sa tsebiše ra. We have several letters. Rally responded swiftly and nice to us. But Rally ba re file ditsela tše tharo re le ba Phalaborwa municipality. You know re ba rana the whole province. Tsela ya ba re fileng yona ke boyelane to mashishimane ba itseba. E kgolokgolo go gongwe ke rehabilitation, go gongwe ke new. Ba partnerile le mine wa PMC. Rally inchi ba ntšhitše 100 million, PMC ya ntšha 105, ya dia 205 million ya go direla ditsela. Ye nngwe tsela ke kae ke ko Lolekane. Ye nngwe tsela ba re direlang yona ga gane bjale ba re file ele ko Selwane to Eiland. After ba re boditše gore budget ye e feleletše, ke mo ke ileng ka dira matsapa ya gore no ke lešetše ka tsela ka iteng Phalaborwa go no šala ene la ba bolelang ka yona. Then that's why PMC approvile le ge ile gore be ba šetše ba committee that other side. Then ba thoma go ka di lotše tša bona tša di design and all the likes. So re be re ngwadile to Rally ka nnete Rally responding. The district le rena re sign o mo yo re bereka gabotse mo go ge re lla mo a re gore a re phošile swika gore re ba re diretše le ba re keng pipe from that side ya changa ya Dering go main line gore o yo tšhele the reservoir to the new reservoir ya rena ya ko Mabigiri ka mokgwa le bontšha gona. Unfortunately it's true o na le the new settlement e mo gare ke yona e fihlileng ya seng. But I think ka mokgwa le advice ya gona gona gore gane bjale so because the reservoir is still new, everything is right to go a reservoir. The problem ke gore a itlale ka metsi. The meeting wa rena wa lepelle le mopane o tlo re tšwela mokgola because we want the reservoir gore e fila piwe e be le metsi e kgone go fa batho ba le ba mola fase metsi. Gane bjale re ba ke water sharing, ba share le ba ba ka kwa ra share le ba ka kwa matšatši ele ba sa sharing go ya water tank. So ke ka mokgwa nka le bontšha ka yona. The letter ya commitment letter re kgopela gore le tla re ba tla kgopela ke mokana ra le romela yona la ba le yona. Ke nagana gore ke le fetotše ka mokgwa le botšišitšeng ka gona. Ya kgolo ye ke e bonang re tsamaya mo e swanetše gore e lebeditšiwe ya addressiwe ka pela ke bona o kare ke yona e re šaetšang kudu ke sewer spillage ye ya zone E and D. Ko D ba bolelang ka gona ke nnete batho ba le ba dutše ka morago ga ge le gore line e šetše ile gona. So that's why re na le mathata at one stage kore o ka re ge nkebe le gore batho line ye nne nna ke e boneng ke ile ka noši ka ya le the former It's just that a rena budget ya gore o ka tloša motho that whole line batho bale ba deserve go ntshiwa ka re ba dutse mo ba diagileng gona ke ba matshama kore ke bale ba matshamaeng kana a ba bea ke masepala a ba bea ke ba lefile ba ga dintlo tšela shebale gane bere there is a very big problem which need all of us to address it. But I think that this thing ya new ka ra ke la e bona gore infrastructure is too small ge ba re ba upgrade because at one stage Mopane ile a re tshepisha gore we can upgrade based on the funds ge ba upgrade we will want them rara let's upgrade more on this side this ka ta sa affecta mola go dimo ga dintlo gore re no intšha complete kwa ka a ba dula ga botse a go safe gore go tala the area is too wet ka mo ke wetland ka mo ke the sewer system but moving here we'll deal with the sewer e ba bolelang ka yona but even the other day he will call and say there is a spillage re tlo no ba re ga re kgopela gore re address taba ya line and we have seen it gore line ela e ka gare ga seretse man se se good that's why nna re tlile line ya gore metsi a nala a tshulele ka kwa so problem bjale ke storage ye line ene ba agile dintlo tse di botse mo ba nago gona a isa le RDP it was RDP now it's no longer RDP so I think together it's another thing that I should also raise maybe re ka khumana di funds somewhere ka mkhoro re khona go khopela ka gona ra tla le line ye ra I change from that because it's a thorny matter in Bahalabo. Thank you. Kure eki dia that's why I'm still reporting gona is o tswele le ga botse e bile ile le ga le re ke ngola ya botibi e tlile ka this thing re bolelang mo because kwa e bontsha le gore line e be e felela ka ba go bile le eka ke re bo ba e fa ke motho fela o be gona le batho kwa gale kwa masepala le ona o ripile ka nako ya gona go ba le motho le ena re ke nna wa civic a ripa ka mkhono so we want a full report le gore re ba thusha bjang re ntšha bjang these people mo le bona ba bangwe ba ka dumela go tsamaya ka mkhono dintlo tšela di senyega go senyege kudu Malaji can attest to that dintlo tša gona if wa di
Chair, no, thanks. I just have a question, for the mayor. On the basis here, this issue I want but not about the switch line. It's a challenge, of course. I should indicate all over the place, but I want to check because it will always come back to the municipality. In whatever way, as long as Watwayaba Ipamafelo, Wadula, one or the other, it will come back to the municipality. What then becomes the plans of the municipality? Maybe to minimize that challenge, because people will forever come by party 10, either through Mishati and so forth, but which will at the ultimate end come and bite the municipality. What plans are, of course, our municipality is putting in place to address this issue is perpetuated? Because, like you want whatever happens, it over my the municipality to deal with those matters. Kamara, thanks, Chair.
And as long as the services, the amor like a maspal, can you go to Honorable Pogano or I can have the municipal services about Patel, Abapatel, or I let maspal I service play like I said. But at the end of the day, I agree with the municipality didn't do anything. I agree sangala remove. So sesi matata tlaka you need to have a plan. Or then what's next? Because ba dutse akere a ke re nke be dirile go sa thoma mathomo la tloša go sa tla bobedi la tloša mara mola le ba tlogelang la ba la kore government ya batla ka di-RDP mo plekeng e tsebang gore ga se yona akere a bona re phoso e thomile kae RDP then go thoma di-RDP di agela godimo ga phoso then people comes with bigger structure then what then masipala must take the responsibility.
Okay. Mayor, I'm actually very concerned and worried now. If you are telling us or you don't know or land I'm worried also when people start to build, when you have your department of town planning, you have building inspectors in your municipality who are also sleeping on duty, you know, all these things happens under your watch. It's actually a worrying factor because this is exactly what you are telling us. Or even if these people by PMO, you just look at them and you are doing nothing about it, it's a worrying factor. I mean, really. Yeah, it can be as if it's a banana republic, anybody just do as they wishes. You can't tell us, or no, I'm providing services, these people are not even paying for services. You are doing that for free. Where do you get money? Because you have the responsibility also to collect revenue. How do you run the municipality there? So I'm not sure whether you would want to give answers, but if you are telling us those things that you are telling us, it's actually a serious concern for me. Coach Chivas.
Thank you, Chairperson. Actually, I wanted to ask the same question, but a meeting with Lipelle and the municipality, and no, when are you going to meet? Because you're going to meet after even next year. I can't go to or no, you turn the discipline or no. Yes, within 6 months. Yeah, I just wanted to know that, yeah, because yeah, the chairperson cover that or maybe it's a farm yamutumu but we don't know, but we need that clarity about the meeting. Okay, thank you.
And again, Mayor, as long as those people are doing Mara pipe, as you are sitting here, if you can get a call right now, but that pipe is pasted and the house has fallen. You are Margaret Lawen. I want to really matata maka.
Thanks.
At the same time, I'm not sure even if you can have a jet truck. I mean, and all these people, Baduchi on the line, really, I'm not sure, but maybe how do you respond to it?
Lastly, Honorable Mayor, because Batubale, Leva services from a long time, starting with RDP, there's no way today that we can say by bail. I say by bail, meaning the municipality must take responsibility because Leva accepted like you didn't do anything. So yeah, it was the civic, it was it's the land of the municipality. As long as you are servicing them, then you must know everything in lingua, it falls under the municipality. Civic. As long as little one are civic idea poso maralazamala service at the place, then it is no longer an issue. An issue here what is the plan going forward to resolve all those issues? Thank you.
correct leadership. Dilo tše di dieile ka nako e Mandela no tšwa tronkong a se tša gane bjale. That's why the place is Mandela.
No. Ke tša gago.
Ke
Tša Mandela, ke tša.
Le reng Mayor?
Ke dipoputši kore ke ra gore ke kwa ka re la bona ke di amogetše ke tša 1994 ba re ke Mandela village ba beana ba patela 5 rand go mothako o mongwe a le councilora o bile o hlokofetše. So the municipality o no fihla ka morago wa bona gore ka mokgwa o le bolelang ka gona wa dia gore go no ba go no kgotlelelana di-storage tšala tše that's why di sa dira gabotse. So
Now, right now, the mayor, ne?
Now we'll address-
We are talking, I mean, you are addressing community, I guess. You are not going to tell them to do. The community, what they want is an answer. Where it has started, the mistake has been, what's working? Idira heji, and you have accepted, understand? So, it's not something that you'll go and tell the community. What the community wants now is the answer. What are you going to resolve this thing? So don't ever mention that thing as a leader. Never. Thank you.
Thank you for the advice.
In other words, you are the mayor. You must take full responsibility of whatever happens, even before you and have a plan on how are you going to resolve, so that you are able also to win the confidence of the people, because they have huge expectation on your leadership, on how we are going to address and on how we are going to plan the future growth of the town.
So the other question I'll give you to the MM. With this one, we'll go and address the issue of the sewer. And then, because the spillage, it cuts across, zone D and zone E, keep like a house. Living here, I'll say to Valibarena, on site, because there must be a permanent solution. I can't even no address the temporary one. Address the sewer anyway. Then we leave. Tomorrow is another sewer. Then we leave. The technical director will assist us in determining what to do in terms of the long plan. Was a sad spillage and also jet sewer. Maybe it will assist our blow you out. So I think by 2 weeks, even the temporary, in the meantime, if it needs more budget, it's then that we can go and request all over. But if it doesn't need budget, it needs only ourselves as the municipality. Hopefully we've got the funds, the maintenance, operational in the municipality. We will just have to do it. The officials in terms of the spillage, but meeting, but I know there is a date. Maybe next week they'll give us the date.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chair and members. The meeting has been set for next week. We're just going to finalize the date because this week was the date of council sittings and committees of council. We do acknowledge the comments by Honorable Member that it is our problem. I think it needs different stakeholders for us to be able to address it. Human settlements, the districts and Lepelle Water, and also the mines, so that all of us are able to go on site with consultants to be able to deal with the mess up, because we cannot uproot people that have created livelihood and families, especially after the houses that they would have built. We need to, if there are those that when a proposal is made to be relocated, the municipality will have to really develop a study that is going to assist. But we need to have, as the mayor has said, will provide a plan of action going forward, so that these issues that will forever crop cannot find expression again in the communities. The mayor cannot speak about me, but she knows that any other matter of reporting, because some of the issues of service delivery go to her office, but most of them, they come to my office. And once we get them, we attend to them. Every day, 3:30, we are addressing issues of the community. We are having meetings where we are addressing and checking progress on the implementation of these issues that are being raised. We started 3 weeks ago, we are seeing the results. But where it becomes a problem, I think it's where now the pressure is too much for the capacity of the pipes to carry. But we promise that working together with the mines, like I've said, Mayor, on the 15th of November, we should be able to provide feedback for this sitting. Thank you very much, Major.
Petitioners.
Tobe, honorable, kabu ikokobetso lo kenyaja, ke leboa selo se lo re le re se bea mo go mera ona nto ba ila tojeo dilo je ka mo je re le tšo ke ding se sengwe gape se ke tlo bontšha go gore ke gole ba bolela taba ya channel ya o reiza mathata o ba dillo ka molao rena re dutse mo bela ka community members nka be re sa da mo nka ba ile re channel ba bolela gona batho ba re ba kgetha ba dira mmereko wa bona le go bolela le mo wa gore what council ba kgetha ke reng what committee ba kgetha ke reng re dula le bona se re se reporta o mo ke selo se tshwanetse bona kwa masipaleng ba ile ba se reporta because ba se bona almost every day. And as I speak now ke na le reference over the reference je le an ka di bia gona bela tšo bontšha gore batho ba reportile. Here's the reference. And le nngwe gape e ke dutse mo so a ke ra report go masipaleng reference number le nngwe gape ke dutse mo so le bo mayor ke sa ba tšhabe mathone ke nyako bolela seroka phata o bontšha gore protocol ba process ba bolela ya o reporter re reporter eno ba ile gore re a nyajiwa re thelejiwe ke ye bo mayor 2023 kwa mabigiri amakhushana wa 9 o bile le project ya Mhlasi what councilor ke rapatsa project ya o dira Mhlasi ba tšheletse batho Mhlasi ba tšhela Mhlasi wa fitla batho ba ile gore bona ba no fitla ba latela dipoulo ka malapeng a bona ba fa di meter box ba tsamaya project ba is gone ba bangwe ba tšhela ba bangwe ba sia le dipoulo di robetse fase le meter box ra kopana this year bo mayor if I'm not mistaken e ka ba March o ba April re dutse le bo mayor le councilor ba yona ka manna ka re bo mayor le what councilor wa ka so wona batho since 2023 project ya Mhlasi ino fita kwa ya dira Mhlasi ba bangwe ba o grade ba bangwe ba sila di meter box so mo councilor a ke mo save le what committee a ne ja sa itse batho ba tla mo re na concern ba lla mayor so a ke mo chabe mathone gore ke le ke tla bontšha gore eska bata ba re no thomara damar report ene ye ke e bolelago that's why ke re ona le signal reference ye ke e bolela le bo mayor ke ba bolela mathone ba e tseba ba ka e netefatša o ba e latola but I can assure and attest le what councilor le what committee ba le gona ka re mo councilor wa ka so ke gale batho ba tshwere di meter box ka matsogo ka malapeng to moka e risa kae e risa gore motho a tshwere meter box ka matsogo ka lapeng o feletša o dira illegal ke moka ya trapper le load reduction batho ba swela ke dilo mo le gore project e tsamaile fa batho ma box a Mhlagase eno ba ra ke a reporter mo a ke re bele ha re di reporter re lebetse critical le still today bo mayor tabele re ra bolela ka ona le mo councilor ra wa dia ka le gona aya attendiwa ke moka the next time re tlo boya mo ba tlo re there is a channel he lori channel e ona rena as a concern re tlo bona service delivery e ya bathoni because concern e tsa go gore what committee what council re dula le bona re ba botsa a ba re theletša ba rekwe le municipality re aya re na le reference eno ba re bo municipal manager ka mli nna botsa net nna ka ba tsebe ke thoma ba bona today ke tseba pilusa yo a jwile o stilone lo mongwe ba act then ke thoma ba bona today mara ka re le boletse gore nkhatlile ke le bolela le re nyaka gore ba botse setšhaba se gore plan B ya bona ke eng Because le next session re just chaba kere or gona bela batla ka plan B ya 1 2 3 do dira 1 2 3. I'm happy with the date ya 15 November. So are dire no bonnete ba gore ntwe ngwe le ngwe bolelwa ka because I can see everything's on record. Eventually I dire because I'm bona ke le so as a chairperson a concern. My kemishe jolo nepo ya ka go promote stability in Palaboro to restore glory days back to Palaboro. As I speak now, ki make sure ska ba le protest. But ba sna metsi ba create protest. Ntwe la affecta business ya ba Palaboro. So how do we more try engage? It's because of we have tried, but our age. But hopefully, sitting here today, it's formally kinana or telling what I do about pedo and Elina, who mayor, Kinyogobrella Suruka part. After Marawa Redemo, really sitting so. It tomorrow more Norman, Dilo Dubu no do the Gadira, out to go to Warasaras, and over Twajizilla, Yamale. So Mara Heri Dilemo, what Tata Stibilo on, are facing over Tata. Reska gra rele bela ba mo raud rele no rele re bolela re pele re a yang ke ntwe nna go pelo ke nyaka mara channel ka mo ka John re ba re dilateje re ka seno tla lempo legislature le dira o tla mo re no adviseiwa gore na le community tse dingwe le district tse dingwe ba thusiwa wona mo lempo legislature and the linna I can assure and attest to our I can see there is a positive movement o ile re ka re leader to restore Palaboro. That's my submission ke go pelo ya ke a leboga.
Mayor, we have heard the response and so on. What we are going to request maybe from yourselves, Gore, maybe just going to write us on how we are going to address all the challenges, just as like a plan, commitment, letter of commitment, plan on how we are going to address all these issues that has been raised, so that maybe we'll then have to look into that report, because I think there was also an omission on our side not to invite the district municipality, so that we also get them, we invite them, so that we are able to attend to all these issues that have been raised by the petitioners, so that at least lay progress on how we should actually move forward. I think that's what I was thinking, honorable members. Honorable Kogan.
Chair, no, thanks. I just wanted to indicate, Dore, there is this new issue. It has been raised now here in meter box. I should think it should form part of what the plan major, because we don't have to wait to so that they could be able to indicate how they going to address it. Thanks, Chair.
Actually, Honorable Chair, Longalo is just for them to commit, because right now what we want to see it happening, so what we want right now, even for the people who are listening from home, we want the mayor, even if you are going to commit, because time frame that we are going to, because some of the things, because we have started, we can give you 7 days to respond to us, or how far are you, but at the same time, you need to tell the community now, as you are sitting here, because you have already called back then other issues. Ne? Just tell yourself where you are, or you are representing Bonaba Tubaker and about Sepechi Mogoena. So direla as a political head, when I was about you raised your hand and said, I'm available for you for any time and whatever. So make sure for office where these people can come to, beside other officials, who municipal manager, as a politician, you are a politician. So access your office is even if you give them on phone, you communicate with them, or you delegate someone who at least every day, whatever call when the community comes, so that serve the community, so that ba ba le problem ya go bolela le wena, because ga nbelo nna ba le ba bangwe ba re ya ba bona re ka no bolela bo di-manager na re nata ba le bona. What you want is a political head wa e leng a emiša letso gore I'm available ke lo le emela setšhaba sa gešo dilo ka moka di tlo loka. So a go be jwalo ka ge o ile wa emiša letso ga kere ba a re nata ba le bona, because even when people started fighting and doing whatever, you are not going to hear the name of the municipal mayor. Ba tla ba ba re mayara akere, because ka moka ba tshepetše mo go wena. So bula di-channel tša gago from now on, so that batho ba ba tsebe gore since ba sokodiša ke di-councillors, but we have a mayor ba ile gore o le re kgona go communicata le ena, and re a tseba dilo tša rena di tla kgona go loka immediately. Mara tšeo tše dingwe tšeo šetšeng o fonile, make sure gore ge le fitlha morago already ba busy ka tšona, and it must never be something se le gore se tlo no continue se tšwelela batho ba ba le tsona di-challenge tše di swanang le tšona tšeo. So e no ipotša fela gore o ke morwalo ko rwele as the mayor, and go tšweng ga ka mo ke lo lokiša ka lebana le setšhaba sa mo gae, because I we cannot go to the community and say to the community ke phela ke se gona. Bona ba tseba le gore you must be available for them akere, although there are other issues tše le gore you must travel o ye kae kae o dire, but bona nthe ba e nyakang akere go bolela le bona go swane le go bolela le rena. That is why le ge batho le tla le presenter a re nyake di-technical issues, because technical issues ke tša kua committee tše dingwe tša tlase mo re nyaka go le gore ba re ba nyaka ntlo o bolela gore ke a yaga go sasa go babe ke e tlang. Finish and that, this is what the community want. Ya gore maybe there's a budget that will go this way, le gore bolela ka eng a ba go kwe a nyaka ntlo, and wena o sentse gore bonang ke atla ka ntlo go sasa, ke atla ka traka metsi go sasa ke lefa metsi, wa bona tšeo tša di-technical ke tša gago tla re o le ka officing wa dila ka di-technical issues. Mara wena belo ka mayor you know swana le bona o kono fela gore motho a re ke nyaka metsi o swana le ga re nkgele metsi o mo fa metsi ka sona se sebaka. Just try by all means, show them gore you are there for them. So leka ka mokgwa ka kgonang mama, nna re tshepetše wena mosadi mmago bana setšhaba se a lla bana ba le ke bana ba gago ba nyaka go nyanya, and a ba nyanye maswi a ma-fresh ba tsebe gore ke mmago rena o tlo re kwela bohloko a re sa tlo ba le di-challenge. So that is why we don't want to see these issues coming back. Ntho e re nyakang gane bjale ke taba gore wena o no ngwala a o delay because of the letter that will be telling us rena mo in 7 days time re nyaka o bositse gore botša gore no everything e re boletšeng this is how you are going to commit yourself go tlo diragala so go diragala, and a e fele le moa ore go ngwadile lengwalo ra re le fela namo re tlo go monitora o tse gore ba le re na le wena re tlo go monitora o rile so re tla ba re le ka morago ga gago, re tla ba re le ka morago ga gago, and re tla ba re o founela le rena re tla ba re le part of community re founa re sa fetse meya gape o rile mamotlha bjalo meeting wa bona re tlo ba so ka morago ga gago, because ntho e re nyakang at the end of the day ke tabaona setšhaba sa gago rena se fetse se dirang se hulegile ka re rile re gona, and ra re di rwala leng le mathata a tšona. Ke a leboga.
I think Dikwa Mayor, what will then be expecting a letter, a commitment letter from yourselves with detailing the plan on how you are going to address all these issues, incorporating all these other issues that they have, Honorable Pogane also raised it. You are objecting it, Mayor.
Well, ke tlo tlisha the report, but it's in the minister's office, this one. It was based on the capacity. ESCOM really got such because of the capacity. So they want to address the issue of capacity. But we did address this issue of electricity. I think we will rumela the information live on, and then I'm always available for the community. That's why I ki atlhakana le mayor. You know be ke sa tsebe mathata ya la a boletšeng ya gore mola ga ya go bereke. So it's upon me gore le nna ke bule mahlo gore a ba no tla kwa ke ska re kwa wa dinona le batho, because ke nnete ba bona mathata tsela dilo di ka se bereke.
No I'm apela se meeting wa hao e ka se bereke so No, I know very I'm Honorable Pukat.
With the line that Majora Tlangayon, I'm going to suggest, because it's an issue that has been raised, Majora must go there and address it with the community, explain it to the community. Thanks, Chair.
Yeah, I actually wanted to say, in actual fact, to agree with you. I wanted to say, because there is an issue you are saying there, it's in the office of the minister. I get it, our communities need banyaga feedback on how these things go on. Lord, what's now, eco guy, and what are the issues? So, when I, as the mayor, you must go and address those issues later on. And I would then also wanted to suggest that we also in the within the next 14 days, there is a meeting, level 2-1, so that you also give us feedback on how the meeting went. I would want to know, because this matter was raised here in this meeting. So, but equally, we then want to have that report, the plan, on how you are going to address all these issues raised here. So that in the next meeting, like honorable members have said, this is actually the first adjudication. We'll then have to come back and make follow-up on the issues that we have actually committed to ourselves on how are you going to deal with them moving forward. But we'll then also want to involve the district municipality, because we'll then also have to invite them to come here, because they are actually a water service authority. And our people can't complain about water. And these things, in a way, they are interlinked, because you can't expect to have a proper running storage if you don't have water. It tells you that there's actually a crisis. But I think that's how we summarize it. Let's have that on or before the 14th of November 2025. That report that we have just requested. And you see, even the meeting that is actually going to be held with that community, and give them feedback about all these things. I'm not sure what is there, what is it in the office of the minister. You must go and tell them and give them all these details so that they know. I guess they are entitled to information. And you have the responsibility also to give them feedback. You just take your councillors and everybody else that matters, you go to them. I think it's fair that way. I agree you can't write that report to us, but you go and engage with them. Is it fair, Major?
You must know what we tried. There is a Mbizo on the 14th next week. We are going to Ward 2, Ward 9. Maybe we will give you the background after this meeting. Got the area
Mayor, I didn't go back to. No, I didn't go back to. We are saying no. That meeting must be held within 14 days. So within before honor of the 14th, I didn't go back to and have a meeting with them. I get to they have elected us. Yeah, let's go to them. Yes. No, we have to go to Babore. Yeah, but okay.
O check-a le lena ntho ya di-meter-a le di kapa ke tjaneng ba le file tsona neng 2023.
Sela wa ona a le gona le bomera ba le gona in the city.
Okay. So, Mayor, just to check with you, hore ka yona delivery ya di-meter-a le what ke kwishisha re maybe motho o ne le dirile it was a service provider. A patelwa as the municipality. ke Eskom.
No, but I get we have actually closed this. You are in go meeting. Whether care Eskom, if you have to take Eskom, with you to them, let it be so. Yeah. I get there is no way in which what are never don't know do like and then say no. Hey, I will try the meeting. Take anybody that matters, then you go with them to that community. No, are yang go bathong mayor the rest re tla no di bolela but very important but also our people must know. I get it life. It's not right. It can't be allowed or law official mayor. And on a constitutional obligation or to go left for feedback about any development and progress. So it's not right. Some of these things must just be condemned because we don't want people who complain, the petitions. But when their issues are just about to be attended, they address you. So that can't be allowed. But we are then saying,
Honorable Chair, Kilena community on a problem. The entire, so I get the leader and you go back, you go and assist the mayor, level the ground so that the mayor to address the community.
No, I retain the lawyer, community. Again, we are here representing community. Go and make the environment conducive for the mayor to come and address community. I get all these things to resolve what we can credit. Apple was in meeting or no, they are we are representing them. Never would no reverend Quaco meeting. What would you regular namo mayor you'd go and level the ground. I get is it difficult? Is it difficult? Okay, but then I will respond like already. And
more than 5 years basadri imbizo. Lead this year bangu peji bare malaj red lot agwar nyotara dira imbizo. Logo na vale ginyo kwa baliteli DJ so or mayor as a chairperson ya community. Red dira boneti ba or imbizo yewe yalna ebe successful. Gore gintube ginyo because more dila ka service delivery gili ni DJ community ba babo je setšhaba ba arabana agri ka imbizo ba arabana. So jela joris more than 5 years aside rimbizo go rena renyo gore phaila ka thoko agre after sitting here today it's more fruitful. So ginto ilore back to the community ba be re dorne ya da imbizo o ka sibele le di gogagogano ke ntho e ke no pela o ba guarantee la yona ne
Okay. Yona ntho e ke e nyakang, because ke nyaka that commitment. A ke re lena le baetapele ba. So
Ka re nyako re bone gore you are a true leader, akere. And only a true leader. Even the mayor was supposed to go there without the police because there are leaders that you are going to protect the mayor. Because service delivery. We are here as the committee to assist you. Re nyako la assist and re nyako se re nyako bona gona dimo a ke le kwa re fa mayor the time frame. So mayor ka se gone go tsweletša di time frame tše re mo fang tsona ge le na le ka se mothege akere. Direla gore mayor a kry a very nice access ya go tsena ka ko wa go šiša a se ka tsena tšhaba ke le mo kgethile mare le ka mo kgethela fetša la ba ditau ha a boela morago la bona it's a problem. So protecting the mayor so that a tle kwa le bona gore na ka di promise tše a le fang tšona ka mo go diragala eng, then you'll take it from there. So that's why na re a kgopela e bang di leader tša nnete le bontšhe gore le emetše setšhaba protect the mayor so that even tomorrow, next time the mayor mayor must not go there with the police. She can go there alone as well now. At least something is diragala. And what about dirang abolechile anytime le monyaka michele mileche gona go to the same community so that ba tloele gore o ba gona o ba le di meeting, even if some of the things like I said tswelele ka nako eno, but I think go tswelela ga fetša it will assist. Because at the end of the day, go tla mo committee re nyoko bona mafelelong re bolela gore at least we have achieved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ke ntho re nyakang ka assistance ya lena. Thank you.
Ke nagana gore di kwahetse re boletse le tla yo re direla that plan mayara la re fa le la ya ko community nyela as agreed. Petitioners also as community leaders, we are no shuman le mayor le make sure that meeting will be a success again. Or ultimately, community le kono kra ditirelo, community aba phala borwa ba kono kra ditirelo. Masipala mayor on a constitutional obligation. Ya o bolela lo le fa feedback. Whatever development le progress e diralang kwa masipaleng ka o rialo re a leboga re sa tlile go ba le another meeting just to check on the progress. We also invite the district municipality because ke water service authority on those other issues, but let's have that plan. Let's go and do whatever that we have agreed on in today's meeting. I think Rekale local.
You can invite the committee who will come, will come with you.
No. I get it. No, you are not going to die, man. No. I want to know me. No.